Tell them bring it, boy. Bring the cameras, bring the noise, bring the hammers, bring the toys. They left us no other choice. Yeah, bring your partners, bring your boys. Take your seats and please enjoy. Snatch the bass right out their voice. Shouldn't threaten us unless you mean it. Yeah, we thirsty for some blood, we fiending. If it's really what you want, then bring it. Bring it on.
Just 4 teams remain in the fight. Remember, success is never final and failure is never fatal. Today, one team will walk away with $300,000 and be crowned as world champions. So, welcome to Superfest, live from Helsinki, Finland, and welcome to Championship Sunday! My name is Barney Banks and I am your host, and this is the Clash of Clans World Finals. The stakes are higher than ever, and there is no room for error. So without any further delay, let's head over to the caster booth with Judo Sloth and Carbon Finn!
Let's dive straight into this. What incredible matches we have today. But we are kicking things off with Synchronic Gaming. 2 perfect wars on day 1, facing off against Milliceme MG, who you could say have the home advantage. Their support is incredible, Carbon.
Oh, what a sight to see. They are all ready to go. Only 4 remain. And remember, it's single elimination. It's incredible. Cannot wait to see.
Well, we are going to be jumping straight in. I think we should really just give everyone an overview of what to expect. The format of this World Championship is that we had 6 teams enter. We're down to just 4 now on the final day. 3 wars. That's all we have left. It is a 5 versus 5 format, and the last team standing is the World Champion.
Yes, and remember, this is all in a hard mode as well. We've seen our 3 stars, the perfect war. We've seen those 1 stars, but what are they fighting for? The prize pool, just like what Banks said at the start. $300,000 first place prize with $1 million prize pool over the whole year. So much money. And we are trying to see, we'll now crown a new world champion. We do have 1 player that is trying to win potentially 2 for the first time ever. He's on Tribe Gaming, that'll be Yo-Yo.
Yes, that is our second matchup today because we have our 2 semifinals before we know which teams will be battling it out for the championship and that $300,000 prizing. But we should really just start to hone in on the matches. Synchronic Gaming and Milliceme MG is our first matchup. Then we move across to Tribe Gaming and M.T.F.Y.
Yeah, Synchronic and Tribe Gaming coming in with the #1 seeds of their respective day groups, and they put on a performance. But still, Milliceme MG and M.T.F.Y are going to be bringing it, and they know that they cannot afford a slip-up.
They cannot, but let's remind everyone at home how we got here, and we'll show you a quick recap from yesterday.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Superfest and welcome to day 2 of the Clash of Clans World Finals.
There goes the shield into the rocket spear. We see the celebration, we see the energy on stage.
So this is a big attack. He wants this 3-star. He needs this 3-star, but it is going to time out. It's a time fail for Fluxy.
He was not able to clutch it, but who are able to clutch it is M.T.F.Y MG. They're getting that victory in the first match.
Able to still take it down, move through this king, and get through the ground.
It's a victory!
They're celebrating!
And we see them get their first victory. We still have M.T.F.Y's attack, which is very important. Super minions will come over and assist that minion, and it's a 3-star, but M.T.F.Y will fall to 1-1 in Group B with a 14-13 loss to Tribe Gaming.
Congratulations, Tribe Gaming!
But wait a second. Wait a second. What is going on there? The town hall did not go down, and this is a disaster.
The Hog Riders do take a lot of damage there, but with the rocket spear, couple of troops left to deploy, 3 super witches, P.E.K.K.A.s, wizards, so many troops taking down the back end of this base. Give it up for Tribe Gaming.
What a set of wars we had yesterday. That was an incredible day, and today is going to be even better when we're going to be crowning a new world champion.
The unexpected happened on day 1. The unexpected happened on day 2. What on earth is going to happen today? The matches gain intensity as the competition moves along. The teams can scout each other, but are they going to do something completely different today, especially when it comes to this first matchup and Synchronic, because they brought a fresh strategy to the table. Let's go over our predictions and see who we think is going to take it.
Yeah, we will have our predictions for this, the champion prediction from the community we'll cover here, which looks 47% for Tribe Gaming, 42% for Synchronic, and 6% of the community votes picking M.T.F.Y MG, and then M.T.F.Y at 5. So we have some heavy favorites coming in. They both performed really well, but Synchronic was the only one to go with the double perfects.
It's not surprising that they are the favorites then, coming into this as the #1 seed as well. So a clear favorite for those two teams just means that M.T.F.Y MG and M.T.F.Y probably have a little bit less pressure moving into the matches. Sometimes being the underdog is not a bad thing when it comes to a single elimination. One slip up today and it could cost them.
That's all it could take. So we saw the community predictions. Let's take a look at our predictions here. And so we are picking Synchronic across the board in the very first match.
I can hear it behind us, Carbon. I can hear it behind us.
And then in match 2, we've got 3 of us going with Tribe and 1 with M.T.F.Y. But it's going to be an incredible arena here. You're going to be able to hear supports from every side of these teams.
Yes, well, looking at the first match then, which is what we're going to be moving into, Synchronic and M.T.F.Y MG, it's a tough one because statistically, looking at how day 1 went and how day 2 went, you can see where Synchronic is favorable in the predictions. But let's head across to Banks because we're just about ready to jump in.
Yes, we are indeed. Thank you so much, gentlemen, because it is time for your first semi-final of the tournament. Now, let's remember, one of these teams will stay in the competition. One will be sent packing. The difference between winning and losing this war is $60,000. So let's introduce these next 2 teams to the main stage. Kicking things off with an undefeated roster at this point on the main stage. And can they continue that trend? It's Synchronic Gaming! Their opponents are going to have to dig deep, but they've got a sea of green flags behind them. It's Millicene MG!
It's getting so loud in here as they are ready for the very first match. Since it's single elimination, there's no more strategy of just going for safe 3 stars, slow time. Do you have to try to start to think about, well, maybe we go with a couple quick attacks and that could cause a potential fail. But now, Synchronic, we've got them. A few days ago, they came in with Electro Titan strategy to push through the bases. The question, will they continue that, or are they going to bring something completely different?
Yes, well, you can see their stats on the screen, which is from the qualifiers moving into this tournament, not taking into account their perfect run on day 1. But I think they'll bring something different, Carbon. It would highly surprise me if they came in with the Electro Titans again, because they had to reveal their cards on day 1 to make it here. So I expect something brand new from them, and I think that is something that the other teams could expect as well. But then how do you defend that when you don't know what they're going to do? Exciting times.
It is exciting times, so let's take a look at their opponents. It's going to be Millicene MG, led by their captain, Kingsman, with Temper, Tryhard, Nachoa, and Max. And of course, Kingsman's celebration when he got that 3-star was epic. We saw it all over social media, and he is ready, he's focused, and he wants to try to deliver a win, not only for his team, but for all the fans in the arena that came out for them.
Absolutely. 2 incredible captains, you have to say. Kingsman and General X. Very important figures for their team, just making sure they can be in the best position possible to win this war. But despite the predictions we've seen to take it all, the match itself is a lot closer.
Yes, indeed, with 62% picking Synchronic to win this war. Since it's a one and done, you gotta go all out for this one. And it looks like the first attacker is gonna come in from Millicene MG, and that's going to be Tryhard. I remember in the very first match that Millicene came in, it was Max who kicked it off. So they're switching up the lineup here.
Yeah, Tryhard with tons of experience in this scenario as well. Just trying to figure out who can find a base quickly, being the first attacker where they are confident to go in. So it's Tryhard, and let's see what he can do for us.
The pressure is on the line. First attack of the semifinals, day 3 of the Clash of Clans World Championship. Like you talked about, Tryhard has so much experience at a situation like this. He's been on many stages before, and they're going with some Root Riders. 5 of them, 8 Valkyries in the mix as well. We're starting with some Super Barbarians out in front of that Siege Barracks. Queen with a skeleton spell so that the Ricochet Cannon doesn't skip onto the King and try to help keep as much health as possible.
Yeah, this is a very similar approach to what we seen Tryhard use in the first matchup versus Stamina yesterday. He did get the 3-star with 1 minute and 39 seconds. Given that Synchronic had 2 perfect wars, Millicene have to be thinking time could be an issue here. So sending those Root Riders right into the core. Valkyrie's moving there as well, overgrowthing the Town Hall to make sure he can eliminate DPS in this area.
Yeah, as he continues through, remember he does have 1 more overgrowth to utilize, probably on the Town Hall again, as he's gonna wrap all the way back around, but they are kind of splitting off. Does find a Tornado Trap, needs to get into that Eagle Artillery, so he invests that rage to take it down quick, as there are Velks from the left side that did come out of the Siege Barracks, and there is now the second overgrowth onto the Town Hall and hitting that Monolith.
Yeah, just popping the Royal Champion ability there to have the Hog Riders racing ahead, protecting the Royal Champion as well, as she is throwing that spear from a distance to pick off these defenses. Not a lot to reinforce now, and he does have to get back to the Town Hall, Carbon, through these other defenses!
It does! That Queen is low health! This can't be still up here! No way! The Queen, though! Super Super Barbarians out in front. That Town Hall is staying in the core. We have the Monolith. We got a rage up down to the Queen. No way is it going to be a 1-star potentially to start it off in the semifinals.
There's no way he can get through that Monolith to the Town Hall. This King has the Phoenix. He's chipping away, but he will go down before the Town Hall. It is a 1-star. And Synchronic Gaming now can sit back. They don't have to worry about time. Just get the comfortable 3 stars. We talked about upsets. Oh my goodness.
Defense. That is what Synchronic is known for. And the double overgrowth not able to help him out there. Typically a 1 overgrowth plan could lead to many 1-stars, but a lot of Root Riders split in many different directions, getting picked off, and now Synchronic can take a huge sigh of relief, a deep breath now going into their attacks. And it was on Friday when Synchronic did their attacks and they got a defense. That's when they said they felt most comfortable because it was so nerve-wracking. You didn't know what your opponent were going to do. But once the defense comes in, and then all you have to do is just triple from there. And even at this point, you don't have to triple out. You can even get a fail of a 2-star and still win this.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you have to say attacking second for Synchronic here is just perfect, right? They already know what the result is of that first attack. Even if it's 3-star after 3-star, you still come down to the end of the war where you can predict a little bit better. But let's see if Synchronic can take advantage of that.
And now Synchronic is up next. Simon is coming in, and yeah, we have the Electro Titan in the mix again with an Angry Jelly onto that Queen.
Did they are very confident in this Titan attack. Were they going to come in with something different? Maybe they see the bases presumably work for it, and now they've quickly just gone with this Titan attack since they're so far in the lead, so they can keep their secrets until the final. I mean, it's not like you can build against them at this point, just moving traps around, but either way, we have a strong start here trying to set up the pathing either side for his Electro Titans and King to jump right into the center.
And we got archers coming out of this clan castle slowly but surely as ice golems are also going to come through. But remember, these Electro Titans will make easy work of them as they go right into the core of this base. No poison spell since you have the Electro Titan assistance continuing right on into the middle. The Town Hall's off to the left. The Queen, she's making her way over there, does still have her ability, but only 1 wall breaker. And okay, the King's Earthquake Boots opens up all the way to that Town Hall.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look. I think there is only 1 Electro Titan left alive, but like you said, the King and the Earthquake Boots in combination with the Spiky Ball is so powerful in the center of the base. Town Hall goes down. He's already locked up that 2-star, and with hero abilities and spells, it's looking good towards the back end of the base here as well.
And that Yak that was on the Grand Warden was a perfect use, opening up walls. The Yak making a huge comeback now as a pet here at Town Hall 16 because it's able to bust through these walls to allow troops like an Electro Titan, Super Barbarians, or even that Druid's Bear to continue through the backside. He's got an extra invis, and it's gonna be a 3-star here for Simon to start it off for Synchronic.
Super fast as well. What a commanding position this puts Synchronic Gaming in. It is single elimination at this point, remember. So if you lose, you are out. There is no coming back.
No coming back. Wow, the pressure on the line here. But Synchronic, they know with a 1-star defense, they are really in the lead. At this point, they gotta fail multiple times in order for Milliseam MG to even have a chance, and at that point, Milliseam MG have to triple out.
11 attacks Synchronic have had so far in this arena, and 11 3-stars.
Yeah.
When you compare that to Milliseam MG, they've actually had 3 attacks so far that didn't result in the 3-star. So by process of probability and looking at what we've seen previously, it's not looking good for them. But with the crowd here to support them, cheer them on, let's see what Nachoa can do in this next attack, Carvin.
Nachoa is ready to answer the call after the 1-star that came in from Tryhard and Milliseam MG. And you know, when your clanmate gets that 1-star, it's devastating. But let's see if he can bounce back for Milliseam MG.
Choa used 2 fireball attacks with the Super Barbarians yesterday. One of them successful, one of them just slipping up this time. Changing to the Root Riders and Valkyries, which we did just see from Tryhard. 2 overgrowths, which tends to be a good thing. Let's see whether he can use them effectively in this attack, though.
But will Synchronic's bases really stop an attack like this? We saw it from the very first one of Milsim, as he now sending the Root Riders straight to the top side into the clan castle. We'll have to deal with Headhunters, Ice Golems as well coming out. The Royal Champion already being deployed as well in the mix of the top side, as the King and Queen are making their way together into the Ricochet Cannon as the Earthquake Boost opens up that area.
Yeah, trying to use the Rage there as well, just to help out. Queen is getting pulled up to the top, though, by those Root Riders. Now she will step down with the support of the Valkyries to try and take out this scatter shot, which helps his Root Riders massively sticking down the left side of the base, and he can continue to overgrowth that Town Hall area.
And with the Royal Champion able to help take out the Miles, the Queen helps a little bit. Does have 1 overgrowth yet to use, probably on the potentially Town Hall yet again, but you remember, that means you're going to be saving that Town Hall for the end, or is he going to now use the... Oh, okay, yes, he does indeed overgrowth the Town Hall. I thought the Queen was just there, maybe pop her ability to clip that.
Yeah, I think that would have been a situation where you could see the nerves were getting to him as well, just to try and lock up that Town Hall. Queen has used her ability alongside the Royal Champion. We are in a bit of a tricky situation here, though, that the cloned Archer Queens are right in the center of that damage.
Yeah.
Archer Queen herself walking around the other side of the base and now waiting for that overgrowth to wear off.
And with that Rage and double freeze, the Queens are working onto the Town Hall. We have the Root Riders coming back. Royal Champion is there. Town Hall goes down, and the Choa delivers a 3-star for Milsim MG.
Exactly as intended for the Town Hall at the end there, saving it until last so you can mitigate the Giga Bomb and the poison damage. You don't have to go through that towards defenses. So always the intention, it can just be hard to time alongside the overgrowth spells as well, but he did a fantastic job on it with that attack.
He did indeed, getting that job done with the 3-star, but now they just gotta hope that they get defenses against a team like Synchronic, but like you mentioned, they haven't failed yet so far this weekend, and they're looking to keep that pace up. Will it be another Electro Titan attack? Mark is attacking second now, coming in, which kind of in the qualifiers, he was always attacking last, but it was General X that was attacking last on Friday for day number 1 for them. He was, of course, voted the MVP of both of their matches. Who else could it be? Delivering in the clutch moments, but it's now Mark's turn to step up and continue that 3-star streak.
Yes, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. They are definitely in a commanding spot here. Milsim MG getting the 3-star, giving themselves a little bit of hope, and all they can do is stick to their own game, continue to try and rack those stars on the board, but it's very much in the hands of Synchronic Gaming. They cannot slip, and as long as they just keep their focus here, not let the arena or the crowd get to them, which at this point seems like they're very good with, as we've seen on day 1. So at this stage, I'm sure they'll be good.
They have the experience. They've been on this stage now from the very first day, and all they gotta do is just know what they do best, and that is attack in Clash of Clans and get those 3 stars. So let's see what Mark can do.
Titan Super Barbs, as you mentioned, was the strategy of choice from Synchronic Gaming. I thought moving into today, we would not see this strategy again, but maybe it is just that they had that huge defense at the start. It's something that, if you're watching at home, definitely a strategy you want to take note of, because it works very effectively, as you can see, setting up the funnel either side, trying to get your Electro Titans and the King diving straight through the center of the base.
And they're continuing with their strategy, not straying away from it. And a big thing I'm seeing is that, yeah, not on the King, but it's on the Warden, right? So the King, when he dies, he will come back to life and help get more value, as the Queen's going to continue her way to the bottom side. Royal Champion already being deployed, and I love the Skeleton spell on the front to really try to distract that Ricochet Cannon, especially that Spear Fox won't get hit by it.
Yes, you can see the nice pathing getting set up here. We've got the Royal Champion on the left-hand side with the support of the Super Minions now. We did have the Hog Riders, but they went down very quick to the left area. Queen on the right, whereas we have the King and the Electro Titans pushing through the middle. Struggling a little bit on the flanks here though, Carbon.
Yeah, with that jump, giving him access to the monolith on the backside. A Tesla farm did pop up over there, continuing his way through. The Queen ability was now just force. He has no hero abilities left, as he's got to get through this Tesla farm. Probably going to be a bunch of different traps, but the Electro Titan making easy work of any ground skeletons popping up in this area. Even more giant bombs popping here. The Queen's continuing away on the outside. Biggest threat is the multi-Archer tower, but he has one invis spell left to use.
Yeah, no wall breaker to get the Archer Queen in there, so he's hoping that that Warden can keep picking things off. The cloned Queens are disappearing. When does he decide to use this invisibility spell? Little bit of a slip here from Synchronic. Let's find out what he does, but it's going to be very tricky at this stage. Maybe he can wait until the Queen gets a little bit closer.
Oh, he had to use that invis there, because otherwise the Queen was going to lose too much HP. But he's got to get through this air defense to take that down, because the healers are going down. The Queen getting hit by the ground expo, and the Teslas will join together and take her down. And Mark is the first one to fail for Synchronic Gaming, which now means Millicene MG have a hope to try to make that comeback.
They certainly do. They still need another defense,
Yes.
let's be real about it. And they have to be able to catch up on that percentage as well. But the 1-star itself was a very high percentage.
Yes.
So should they get another defense, then it is going to be very interesting towards the end of this wall.
It's gonna get really good. You do not want to go anywhere. Every attack in this match is going to matter. And especially with that fail now, Millicene MG are sitting there now looking at each other saying, oh, we have a chance. Before, they didn't fail at all, so it was completely different. So now Max must step up, and unfortunately Max did fall short in one of his attacks yesterday. So he's got to rebound from that and see if he can get that 3-star.
Yes, I have to say, I mean, he opened up the attacks for Millicene on the first war, though, and he really did put up a commanding performance. So I'm sure it was just one little slip-up that we seen yesterday. Seeing how dedicated he is, he will bounce back from that. So let's find out if he can do it, especially with the support of his parents in the crowd, Carbon.
Oh yeah, they're cheering him on. They've traveled all the way out here to Helsinki, Finland, and they are ready just like Max as he's about to go in. So let's see what can you do?
Saying that every attack is so pressurized, but it really is. Opting for the Super Barbarians on this one. No fireball though, so a bit of a Warden walk and just trying to set up pathing. Very intrigued by the use of that one Electro Dragon. I always like to see pathing set up, maybe the sniping of a defense by those singular Electro Dragons.
So there's something to notice is if you take a look at the scoreboard on the right side, you still notice Synchronic Gaming still has the advantage in percentage. So if it comes down to a tie on stars, you have to keep your eye on that, as Max does deploy the Rage with this E-Dragon. Getting some skips through the storage, but does not go for that multi-target Inferno. Does path off to the left side a little bit. The Warden will now step up into the scatter and potentially the Raw Champion, but time is always an issue when you're doing a long Warden walk.
Yes, we seen that yesterday as well, didn't we? Whereby sometimes the teams would try and have traps in an area so that they could delay the Warden walk. If you can slow the attacker down and they have to start the attack due to the 3 minutes, then there's a lot more chance of slip-ups. But so far, he is very calm and collected with this one. Using that Warden walk effectively to the bottom, Flinger on the opposite side, like you said. It's just where he decides to support with the Super Barbarians, because he's trying to use them to support his heroes into the center of the base.
Does he want that Warden to now join in with the heroes? They're off to the left. It looks like he wants this Warden to stay solo on his own to the bottom side, slowly picking off that Royal Champion. Remember, that Clan Castle, it's still waiting there in the core, as the King's ability has gone off. The Queen's ability, as well as the Ice Golems, are coming over. But the Warden is now deciding to go move over to the heroes. He was supposed to stay on his own to the bottom side, and he's now forced to ability.
Yeah, that is definitely not what was intended. You could see from Max's reaction as well. He was not happy with that, having to quickly send in the Super Bobs to the right area of the base to support the Royal Champion. Town Hall is also in a really tricky spot right now. He does have spells to support, but can he punch through to it?
Oh, the Monolith is still up in the core. The Royal Champion does secure the Town Hall for the 2-star, but the Queen needs to go invisible, and he does just that. With one more invisibility spell, the Royal Champion secures the Monolith. That was clutch, but the Queen, though, she goes invisible with that final spell, and there's a lot left to the top side with the Ground Expo, and the RC is now down, which means that this is going to be a defense for Synchronic.
Wow, I mean, look at the traps as well to add salt. Put salt in the wounds. He's trying to support with Super Barbarians. They're getting flung off by spring traps. Queen walks into double giant bombs, uses a couple of balloons, seeking air mines down there. Synchronic, what type of base building is this? Next level stuff. Another defense. And now, despite a little bit of a slip up themselves, they bounce even further in the lead.
And what's impressive about these teams is they build their bases not for the general public, not to be good against everyone, it's to try to be good against these opponents because they've scouted them for so many months. They know their attack strategies. Granted, yes, the meta was different leading up to this tournament, but still, these players, they can do anything, but they still want to test it for the most common attack metas. And we do see Max there, yes. Disappointment on his face, and unfortunately not able to get that 3-star. They did also get a 1-star earlier in their very first attack that came in from Tryhard, but Synchronic has just been on another level now with their defenses.
Yeah, and you have to say, it's the smallest differences that count on the big stage. And Max is still very young. This is all part of developing as a player. All of the experienced players on the stage that we're talking about, they've all been through this. Yeah. They've had multiple years to gather this experience, learn from defeats and those high-pressure situations. So it is all a case of just getting that practice in, getting the reps. But let's see whether Synchronic can take the lead by another 3-star or a further lead.
And Synchronic has been dominating on the defensive side, and they're looking to continue that with Electro Dragons. I talked with Philip, and he told me he was waiting till the moment that he could use E-Dragons, and he saw the opportunity now. Maybe if it was a exactly tied up war, he would have went with the Electro Titans, but he told me he really wanted to find the perfect opportunity to bring this attack strategy. He loves to do it, and let's see him try to send them right through a base. Starts off with that Electro Dragon to the far left side, gets some nice chain value, another one towards the bottom.
Yeah, this is what I always love, because Electro Dragons, it feels like such an easy strategy to do, but the customization you need to get it to work at the highest level is massive. Using those Electro Dragons either side of the funnel, we've got the Flame Flinger on the opposite side of the base. Early warden ability here, but unfortunately, 2 Seeking Air Mines flew across to the Electro Dragons that weren't inside that.
Yeah, he's now pushing the Electric Dragons towards the board, but wait, only one went in there. Oh, they are all going towards this bottom side of the base, but he still has his Royal Champion. She can help secure Town Hall if needed, but they're kind of splitting off in different directions, dropping the Skeleton spell to try to distract that Monolith, but his Queen, his King are going up to the top side. That Town Hall is still there, and nothing is going just for it yet.
He really wanted that Expo. He took it with the lightning damage of the Electro Dragon. Like you said, he's got the Royal Champion. He's really just holding on that for the moment to assure that if needed, she can power to the Town Hall. But wait a second, he's able to adapt with the spells, use the Rage and the Freeze, so he can send the Royal Champion to the back end of the base, and that is where experience comes into play.
And uses the spells perfectly. There's the Rocket Spears of the Royal Champion coming right on through, finishing off that Monolith, and gonna be finishing off this base. Philip is happy. You can see them patting his back, taking a deep breath, getting the 3-star with the Electro Dragons. Well done to you, Philip, and that is just gonna further your lead in this match.
Exactly, they are 2 stars ahead with 2 attacks each remaining. So, should they, providing they don't 1-star, they would have to, quote-unquote, fail both of their next attacks not to take this.
But that would mean Milsim MG also have to triple.
Very true.
And Synchronic's bases are just so strong from what we've been seeing so far this weekend. We know we're going to be copying those bases. We need those base links from Synchronic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they normally share them over on the Clash of Clans Esports page over on Twitter or X. That's where I get a lot of my bases, to be fair. Just copy them after the pros have designed them. And we've got the captain, Kingsman, looking to take control of this match for his team. He is one of those players that does have a ton of experience, and when needed, stepping up to assure his team does get the victory. Let's see if he can put them really one step closer.
Since Kingsman is the captain, it is his job to try to calm his teammates down. And especially like a situation like this, when you get a 1-star, when you have a fail, you have to keep believing. You gotta keep the hope there, because if you lose the hope as a captain, then your clanmates, your teammates, they can feel it and it's going to affect them. So let's see Kingsman deliver here as he's coming in with Super Barbarians. 2 Druids in the mix as well. But we have that Grand Warden going towards this bottom side, straight into the Eagle Artillery. It's very nice to be able to take that down nice and early so you don't have to worry about those shots hitting your troops.
Yeah, just keep an eye on the Warden down there, hiding behind the hard mode, which again, we should reiterate, the players are on the increased difficulty level where the equipment is capped. With the Fireball here, that's why you see 2 Earthquake spells. Looking over at the scoreboard as well, 8 to 6. So Kingsman really needs to keep it together here. A great start with the Fireball hitting his desired location, and just slow and steady at the moment.
Yeah, with that Clan Castle going down can help set up the funnel through the core. So remember, you're going to want to set up the funnel to one of the sides, whichever way he decides, as double ground skeletons pops up for this Grand Warden, which is going to slow him down, but that is why he did deploy some archers and that Super Barb to help the Warden out. But it looks like he's going off to the right. We got a Yeti to the left, and maybe he wants to pull this Warden off to the left here. Wait a second. Unless he wants to push him all by himself. I mean, this is taking a lot of time through this charge.
It definitely is. Notice the beautiful use of the rage there. The Warden stepping into a lot of damage. And yeah, looks like he does want the Warden to move across to the left with his other heroes over to the right so that they can simultaneously take down areas of the base, especially when you're coming down to not long left in the attack. It's getting tight on time. You definitely need to be splitting up the heroes.
As the King's ability opens up all these walls, the Queen's going to follow right in behind. Does deploy the Rage spell so that the Queen can help take out this Ricochet cannon nice and easy, as the Queen's ability has gone off. Needs to continue into the Town Hall as he does invest that freeze, but the Warden, notice to the left, does just finish off the enemy Queen.
Yeah, perfect. You said double freeze on the Town Hall as well, just making sure the Archer Queen can indeed get that down. She's locked on there with the healers, still has the Royal Champion ability as she is powering through the top area of the base. 42 seconds, I think, is the main factor here because we still have some defenses in the core left to go.
Now we have the Royal Champion and her ability with a Baby Dragon that could potentially be deployed from the bottom side of the base to go into the multi-target Inferno, but we haven't tested for any traps leading all the way there. 25 seconds, he needs to continue his way through, use this poison spell if any ground skeletons potentially pop up. Granted, we've already seen quite a bit as the RC is continuing her way through, working onto the Ricochet cannon, works through this multi, and Kingsman will be getting the 3-star here for Milliseam MG. He's happy, but they know that this is going to be one of the most improbable comebacks after getting a 1 and a 2-star in this match earlier.
Yeah, I mean, he did exactly what he needed to do there, not worrying about time because you have to lock up the 3 stars. You're multiple stars behind. We were talking about it prior to that attack, but being the captain, you have to hold it together. You have to be the one to step up and try and keep yourself in this match. He's done exactly that, but it goes across to Synchronic Gaming. Should they put their foot down and continue to accelerate through 3 stars, then there's nothing Milliseam MG can do. They can just focus on their own game and see what happens.
And now it's going to be Einstein, the youngest attacker on Synchronic, is next up to try to keep their lead, bringing the 3 stars. We know that Synchronic isn't perfect anymore throughout this weekend since they have come in with the fail, but with the lead they currently have, they are still feeling super comfortable. They are ready to go as Einstein wants to deliver. Is it going to be another Electro Titan attack, or will he bring a different one? Let's find out.
In their first war versus Navi, he did use the Electro-Titan attack. In their second war versus M.T.F.Y, he used the Rocket Loon into the Fireball into Rocket Loon, but this time opting for that Root Rider attack. Obviously, feeling a little bit more confident with it on this base, perhaps, because like we've said, just needs to focus on the 3-star. Don't even consider time right now.
The one thing with one overgrowth that I've seen is it can lead to 1 stars. Just keep that in mind here, as that queen is going to path her way into the defensive king with the skeleton spell out in front, with the siege barracks to the bottom, and he's not wasting any time. We've got Velks, we got Root Riders moving into the enemy queen with a rage and an early Warden Eternal Tome.
Yeah, super early due to that damage down there with the Archer Queen, the Multi-Inferno. We had the Poison Tower flinging across. We've got the pathing direct into the core now, trying to just poison those CC troops, and we should be seeing the Overgrowth, I would assume, on top of that Town Hall. There it is, catching the Multi as well, so that they can move around it, take down the Monolith, and come back to the Town Hall at the end.
Yeah, with that Monolith going down, that's going to be really clutch, so that it doesn't be hitting your heroes and taking them down so quick. But we do have a Poison Spell to the top side. Hang on. This Queen's ability has been forced. The multi is still there, which was Overgrowth. So eventually he'll have to deal with that as well, as we still have quite a bit to push through on this backside.
Yeah, a couple of the troops just splitting a little bit there, which is never ideal because they're going to just get picked off after the Town Hall comes back alive. As we mentioned, the Monolith, though, being down, that means he doesn't have any major damage around the Town Hall, but he's got to get to there first. Does have the freeze spell. He's holding on to the Royal Champion ability to try and save it for the Town Hall. A couple of Root Riders move across in order to help tank, and all is looking good for Einstein with the Rocket Spear to finish off here, Carbon.
Einstein delivers another 3-star for Synchronic. What an attack there. Leaving the Town Hall to the end is a little scary, but he delivers it, gets it done, and it's going to keep their lead. It's quite a bit of a lead now, and you can see just the sadness in Kingsman there and everyone, the happiness over on Synchronic. At this point, they know what's about to come, as Synchronic is looking to get closer and closer to the grand finals, because remember, the match after this is going to be Tribe Gaming versus M.T.F.Y. The winner of that will take on the winner of this, but it's Synchronic who is in the driver's seat right now.
We're always going to see such wide range of emotions on the stage like this. These teams have built up to this across the entire year, so it means everything to them. And unfortunately, for every winner, there does have to be a loser. But it's not over yet for Millicene MG. There is that one attack remaining. We have to say, when it comes down to the final players, Temper and General X, they are both perfect. I feel like they've been attacking last for a reason for their teams. Never say never.
Never say never, but Temper's parents are here showing their support no matter what, and that's what we love to see. Coming out to show the support for these players, traveling all the way out here, and it means a lot to them. You know, be able to go to them, help you in a situation like this. So let's see what Temper could do for Millicene MG.
Well, best of luck to him. I'm always nervous for the players myself. These wars just have so much intensity. We've seen him use the Zap Lalo twice yesterday, and he is switching it today. Still going with the Lava Loon, but not quite setting things up with the lightning spells. But he is very well versed with this strategy.
He is one of the best in the world at an attack like this. So he's going to be able to set it up with the Queen charge, most likely. But with these plays, you really never know. They could switch it up and do really anything. As what will he do in terms of the Queen? Where is she going to be deployed? Looks near the Town Hall off to the right there, as the Queen's going to slowly path her way in towards this multi-target Inferno. We do have 2 super wall breakers to open up into this space here to get some nice access, as the Flame Flinger is off to the right. You do have to be careful with that mortar, but you can drop some Barbarians to try to distract that.
Yeah, he's just keeping an eye here. As soon as the flinger goes to move, just watch a couple of seconds before, or not even a couple of seconds there, just as it's about to move. Barbarian moves in to tank that mortar. Queen taking a lot of damage by the Town Hall, though, Carbon.
Yeah, her ability was forced. The double expos being raged up did so much damage onto this queen. Didn't see that, but he does now invest that invisibility spell, and the skeletons are moving off to the flame flinger. He sees that, drops a few archers, able to clear that. Town Hall has gone down, but as he continues this push in, he will eventually lure out that clan castle. But it's nice that this tornado traps, but the queen, if there's a few Redditor bombs, Judo, there's gotta be more.
There does. I mean, his healers are down. He's not committing any more spells to her at this stage.
No.
Did he want that multi from the queen? Did he not? I guess we'll find out, because the lava loon is now pushing in. I think he committed just way too much to his queen, that he needs to keep spells for the lava loon portion. And let's remember, he has to 3-star here, so he's got to put it all on the line.
He's going as the king, unfortunately, has died off. He did come back with that Phoenix, trying to get a little bit extra value, but he is now down. Continuing this Lalo in towards the Miloth into the core, as we do have the ice golems dying off here and freezing everything in the middle, but the Monolith, the Scatter, so much still left on the bottom side. These balloons are disappearing, and Mark and Synchronic are going to be adding another defense to their side, which means that this will put Temper and Milliseam MG to 11 stars. So all General X will have to do is get a single 1-star to claim victory.
That is all he will have to do, and it does put their team in a very confident position moving through to match number 3 today, the grand final. Well, we didn't expect that. I feel like every day we've had such up and downs, but round of applause for Temper either way. A fantastic job by Milliseam MG. They've made it to this point, which, let's be honest, only 6 teams qualified this year. So to get through to day 3 was such a difficult job. And despite, you know, there's one attack left, but despite losing this one, they've just been impressive all season long.
Of course, let's hear it for Milliseam MG. Not only here, but of course, if you're watching at home in the chats, let us know there the love for them. The work that they put in to get to this stage is immense. And yes, it's not what they hoped for, to be able to make it to a grand finals, to try to win the world championship, but still, the work they put in, it's recognized. They put up such a great fight. It was amazing to watch, but now the final attacker for Synchronic is going to be the captain, the man that has been voted MVP for every single match, it seems like, that Synchronic has played in. And all General X has to do is now get that final 1-star to push them to the grand finals.
Well, that is one thing we can be pretty confident on, but Synchronic will be looking to move forward to the final as strong as possible, so let's see what he can do.
And here we go. All he needs is that 1-star. We've got 28 balloons. We've got an Earthquake in the mix as well with that Rocket Spear, starting off with the Baby Dragon Skeleton spell onto the Ricochet Cannon so that the King doesn't get hit. Moves his way in with that Wall Breaker, but the Queen's also being deployed to this bottom side. She can path her way into the Eagle since it's exposed to the bottom side, reach over that wall, and there's the Earthquake boost from this King, and to clear the enemy Queen and continue to get some nice value.
Yeah, nice job pushing in from the King there. We see the Royal Champion used now just in support of the Archer Queen as she's taking down some of the defenses down to that area. Keeping an eye on the percent, we're already up to close to 30, so we're getting closer to that 1-star. But notice the pathing he's carving here to be able to move towards the center of the base, ready for his Lalo.
That Royal Champion got so much value there from the Rocket Spear, looking great as she continues to get some extra value, but this is where he can invest that Blimp with a raged up Yetis that may potentially come out of that to help grab the Town Hall as he's looking to Lalo around this base, slowly but surely taking out the multi-arch tower. And here we go. We got a handful of balloons coming into the Scatter to the left. We got a Lava Hound to the right with that Grand Warden, and I love how he dropped the balloons in different spots so the Scatter Shot Scattershot doesn't hit them all at once.
Exactly. He wanted that with the Royal Champion. Once they're into the dead zone of the Scattershot, they will take that down. Blimp does secure the Town Hall as expected. Now we have the Lalo moving around. 1 minute and 30 remaining. Percentage climbing. They've got the victory, but can he get the 3-star Carbon?
He's continuing that Queen's on the bottom side, making his way around. He's shaking his head. He's liking it. He's got a path into the multi, and he does just that. The Scattershot's still remaining, so he invests the freeze, pushing his way around, and General X not only gets the 1-star that was required, he delivers the 3-star and gives the pow to the crowd. General X, well done right there at Synchronic, putting up 14 stars. Yes, they did not get a perfect war like they did, but they will be advancing to the grand finals to await the winner of Tribe Gaming or M.T.F.Y.
Yes, give it up for Synchronic. What a performance. And commiserations to Milliseam MG. Remember, they will be going home with a $60,000 prize pool for being in the 3rd or 4th slot here. But it is all about Synchronic Gaming. And I think General X really wanting to try and get his MVP position there at the end. Don't worry, my friend. I think you're looking comfortable for that title again.
Oh, yeah, an incredible performance. But of course, we have to go down to the stage to hear from Banks.
I'm pretty sure that you've spent just as much time in this spot as I have during this tournament. How are you feeling right now?
Amazing. Couldn't have been better. I don't know. Like everything we've dreamed about this match, it was just better than that.
Now, I think that something that we need to touch on in this interview for sure is shout out to the base builders, right? What an amazing defense, especially to kick off this war and to put your best foot forward, right?
Yeah, definitely. Always a shout out to all our base builders and everybody who helped us preparing. It's not only about the bases, it's also about how we plan for and how the opponents plan on the bases. So huge shout out also to the crowd. Amazing job, guys.
That is right. You guys are carrying this show for sure. Now, I kind of want to get a little bit of an inkling into the mindset of you guys when you're playing, because, when you open up a war like that, a war that's got so much at stake, and they open up with a 1-star. Does it actually shift anything in terms of how you guys go and approach the game? Do you tell each other to, take your time, like it's okay? We have this kind of buffer of 2 stars now going into the rest of the war.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you have the defense, then you take out the risk of the plans and try to play it as safe as possible. And yeah, unfortunately, Mark fell short, but I think it was also a good job of the base builders of MMG there. So yeah, but in the end, we did it, and the 14 stars are, I think, pretty recognizable.
I mean, yeah, they are pretty amazing. Coming from me, they're pretty amazing. Now, finally, you're our first grand finalist. Congratulations. I would kind of just want to get a little bit of a question out of you. You've possibly got M.T.F.Y or Tribe Gaming as your opponents. Do you have a preference? Is there either of them that you think we'd like to go up against them, or one that you feel like might be more challenging for you guys as a team?
When we first met Tribe at Monday, we said we want to have a German final, and that's what we're aiming for.
Aiming for the German final. The crowd love it over there. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your first grand finalist, Synchronic Gaming. Let's head back over to the casters.
A German final is what they are looking forward to, but still, Tribe Gaming will have to deliver in order to move on. So M.T.F.Y is in their way. But of course, this match was an incredible one. We saw so many defenses. It was the defensive performance for Synchronic that stood in this match.
Yeah, General X being one of their key base builders as well, which is so incredible to perform on that level of offense and defense. But taking a look at the match result, 14 stars for Synchronic, 11 for Milliseam MG. Synchronic were the favorites moving into this, and despite dropping a star, you've got to say, based on their defense, they have increased the confidence of the viewers, surely, in them taking it all, Carbon.
Oh, absolutely. The defense is there, and of course, General X being the captain, he's not only the last attacker, but he also helps build so many of the bases. But of course, we need to welcome the one and only Clash bashing to the desk here. What a war we had there.
That was crazy. I was watching in the audience and I was like, oh no, that actually just happened. And yeah, it did happen. That was such an intense moment. And I'm gonna talk about actually that very first attack of Tryhard, not to bring him down or beat a dead horse or anything like that, but I think it is a very pivotal point in this matchup. But before we even hop into that, I think there's something to be said about the players and their intros. I almost wish we could replay and talk about the intros, because when Synchronic came out, they were cheering, they were lively, they were with the crowd. However, when Millicene came out, they were very stoic, they were very composed, but also maybe a little bit nervous. But let's go ahead and let's hop into Tryhard's attack here, and let's see if anything stands out for us. One thing I did notice is the time. He was flying through this attack. It almost felt like we were back in the speed meta. If you notice, everything's in. We have the barracks right over here. We have the king or the queen up top right there with the king. And then the roots are already in 15 seconds into this attack. So it almost felt like they saw Synchronic playing yesterday, and Synchronic had those very fast attacks. So maybe Millicene felt intimidated by that and had to come out and bring speed of their own. Ultimately, it was their demise, and this plan didn't work out them. We saw them using Root Riders, no issue yesterday, and I don't think the Root Riders were the issue. I think there was a lot of nerves here and just little minor details. One thing in this attack is right here at this moment, everything's kind of spread out here. If you see, we have the king going this way, we have roots here, we have roots there, we have the queen on the outside, and it just felt like this attack was so spread out, there was not enough focus damage to get through that town hall. But ultimately, when this overgrowth does wear off, he could have elected to maybe not overgrowth it again, because remember, when that overgrowth spell is on there in the middle of the base, nothing can target that building. Not only is that building not dealing damage, but nothing can target or damage that building as well. So right here at this moment, perhaps don't use that second overgrowth, get that town hall and go past it with that second overgrowth. But ultimately on the fly, the plan was to use that second overgrowth and keep going through this base. But we'll see as this one continues to play out, it ultimately doesn't work out. We all know what happened here on Tryhard's attack. It was a little bit of a risky play. It was a very, very bold decision, but we saw them use this with a lot of success. But for me personally, I think it was more, I felt the MMG was nervous coming into this war. I felt that they were a little bit anxious, but also Synchronic's bases. It wasn't just this one defense. They had multiple defends in this war. I think Synchronic's bases were really well composed and put together, and I kind of think it threw off Milliceme's game plan, as we see here with the very first attack from Tryhard. Kind of just set the whole tone for the war, but 1 star is devastating, and no disrespect to Tryhard. I have nothing but love for him, but I did want to just kind of talk about this because I thought, for me personally, it felt like it set the tone for the war. I don't know, guys. That was a pretty crazy war, though. Congrats to Synchronic. What an incredible performance.
Yeah, it was incredible all around, and I just feel like going first in a matchup like this, especially when Synchronic were perfect up until this stage. I mean, you mentioned it felt like they were going for time, but I also feel like they had to on that first attack, because had they have gone with something a little bit more strategic and rhythmical, then Synchronic continue with their form. What do they do from there? You have to just go for it from the off.
Yeah, you have to be able to go for it, but it was Synchronic that pulled away in this match, and it's going to be another great match that we have. So let's go ahead and now toss it to Banks to intro match number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we keep the ball rolling, and as we have seen throughout this tournament, these wars are won by the smallest of margins. Just one mistake and you leave the door wide open. So our next semi-final is ready. Your first semi-finalists to make their way to the main stage battled their way through the last chance qualifier and have not stopped advancing since. It is Tribe Gaming! Their opponents are the dark horse of the competition with countless tricks up their sleeve. It's M.T.F.Y.
our second semifinal match, M.T.F.Y versus Tribe Gaming. This one could go either way, but I think a lot of the crowd, a lot of the audience at home are leaning towards Tribe. Itsu, this is definitely going to be an intense matchup, but let's go ahead and let's hop in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Tribe first.
Let's talk about Tribe first, indeed, because their roster is looking incredible strong. But I feel like the story so far for them was really the defensive side. They were so good on that defensive side in a really strong looking group. And the question is, are they able to then prepare, or were they able to prepare for this second semi-final match?
Yeah, and that has been a big story. We saw it in that first matchup. Defense won that war. They say defense wins championships, and I think that holds true with that Synchronic MMG matchup. But on the other side, this M.T.F.Y squad, they're a little bit more unknown. We did see a little bit of them. They seem very well versed as we look at their hit rates, very high hit rates, and it seems like they like to use a lot of different attack strategies. But from what I heard from some of the players, there may be some favorite strategies for certain players here.
Yeah, that's right, because there was actually something crazy happening on Wednesday, which means right before this competition, where we have the Discord server where all of those pro matches are getting tracked. We see the bots and everything. And there was this one really high-ranked team. No one really knew who they actually were. And it was the Chinese team. And there was a change in the logo, which then made sure that people know, okay, this is the team we're playing against. Those are the strategies. But let's take a look at the community prediction, and you already said it. It is Tribe favored, and it's represented here quite drastically.
Heavy favorites, 75% to 25%, but as we take a look at our first attacks, man, I am so excited for this matchup. Now, if you recall the caster predictions a little bit earlier, Itsu, I was the only outlier here. I went with M.T.F.Y, and the reason is, I think that they can kind of come in. I don't think they really showed their hand. Don't get me wrong, I think Tribe are great, but I think when you have a surprise team like this that you don't get to see a ton of, I think they can bring out something really crazy. We kind of saw that last year, but we'll see. Does Ming have something ready for us? Does he have something crazy? Let's find out right now.
Let's find out indeed, because M.T.F.Y are starting off this match, and they're starting things off with the Root Riders, but this time around it's only one overgrowth spell, okay? It is only one overgrowth spell, so hopefully that is maybe taking a little bit of the risk away, which we have seen earlier. As well, I feel like so far out of all of the teams, they were the most consistent with this strategy, being able to set up the pathing for their troops. Was just unmatched so far.
Not only were they consistent with this attack strategy, Ming used this attack strategy in his first two attacks. 3 stars on both of them with very fast times. It's 1 minute 33 seconds, 1 minute 47 seconds against Synchronic. So it seems like Ming knows how to use this Root Rider strategy, and it is a little bit less risky with that second overgrowth not in there. However, look how far he has to travel on this base. The Roots have to get all the way to the Town Hall, which does have an invisibility tower, which could play key.
Yeah, this invisibility tower is going to be an important factor. How is he going to work around it? And when is he going to deploy that overgrowth spell? He's doing that right now, and he is catching the spell tower inside the radius as well, which means he can reach that monolith, which is about to be taken care of.
Beautiful
But
freeze.
this means the spell tower can be still used later on for the town hall.
But if all the buildings are out except for that one cannon, there's not going to be a ton of damage in there, and it looks like almost everything is out. The Queen is going to go ahead and work in there, take out the scatter shot. World Champion goes ahead and deploys her ability. The multi-arch tower is down. The overgrowth fades. It's a rage there, and this is going to be a convincing 3-star. Ming is going to get the job done. It is a 3-star for M.T.F.Y with the Town Hall, the last building to fall.
And you really can see the way on how they're controlling their troops is just on another level. They're just so good in making sure, okay, those are the non-defensive buildings. We know those Root Riders are targeting only defenses, and this is how they're able to path their way through the base. And this is just so nice to see that they're identifying those, for them, weaknesses in the other bases and taking advantage of that.
And I think one thing we need to keep an eye on is the time throughout the beginning of this matchup. We kind of talked about it in that last matchup where it felt like MMG came out and they felt like they had to go quick. I don't know that Ming felt he had to go quick because that's just how fast he moves with that attack. But 90 seconds is a beautiful approach. Now Kronos maybe has a little bit of pressure. Oh, M.T.F.Y goes fast. I might need to go fast as well, but we saw Tribe flying yesterday as well.
And I feel like this is really the current meta within this competition. The first 1 to 2 attacks, you're trying to really be quick, which means you're pressuring the other team. We have just heard it from Generax in the interview that if you have this like more relaxed option of a defense or even a slow 3-star as your first defense, you feel more relaxed going to your attacks. The question now is, was this pressure enough to give Kronos a hard time? Let's find out.
Tribe Gaming's first attack of match number 2 on Championship Sundays. Kronos is coming in with roots of his own into. We are going back to the ground and pound. This reminds me of the meta throughout the whole year. This was a favorite attack strategy of almost every clan throughout every qualifier.
And this is just crazy. We have seen a lot of people saying, hey, I'm struggling right now with this army composition, and those players, those pros are making it work on the big stage in the hard mode, which means the equipment are on a lower level, the defense deal more damage, the heroes are weaker in general. So take notes right now, because he is setting up the pathing with the queen on one side, the roots in the middle, and then we have the siege barracks on the far left side to work and funnel those key troops into the middle.
Remember that siege barracks got an additional P.E.K.K.A added to it, so now it's 2 P.E.K.K.As and a bunch of wizards to come out of there. So it is an amazing unit for funneling. You pair that in front of the Royal Champion and you can get so much value. We now see the magic mirror with the queen. We have 3 queens on the bottom of this base. In the middle, we got tons of root riders along with the king dealing so much damage. There are Valkyries in there spinning as well. Well, keep an eye when this overgrowth does wear off, as it should be wearing off very soon. Where is the position of these troops? Are they going to be out of place? Will he be able to circle back? That's a big thing here, is getting the timing right.
Ooh, the earthquake boots were activated, but most of the core troops have went down. There is no more Royal Champ ability, and he has to go back towards the town hall. This is where some of the other attacks were falling short. This is where the problems are starting, and he has to make it through a couple of compartments to actually reach that town hall, depending on how the queen is going to walk through the base.
But a couple of freezes here, Itsu, so he could still freeze the town hall, freeze some of this damage. He has a couple P.E.K.K.As here. It is a little bit sketchy. Don't get me wrong, but I think with the spell management... Oh, he misses the town hall. This could play a factor as that queen may get in range. She stays out of range. P.E.K.K.As are now in range. The P.E.K.K.As will shred this wall. This is the key moment. When do you deploy the freeze? He can get that builder hut. He can get the town hall. Queen should have enough, and this should be a 3-star for Kronos, but also it is a close one.
Wow. Both teams are starting off with the same strategy, but I have to say, one of those 2 teams convinced me more with their first attack. We have seen an incredible close attack from Tribe Gaming. It is a 3-star nonetheless, but the time aspect is far, far on the other side.
38-second difference. Bean came in at 1 minute 30. Kronos ahead him at 2 minutes 8 seconds. We'll see the official results on screen momentarily, but you're right, Itsu. If we continue the path of 3-stars, we have yet to see a double perfect war throughout our whole tournament. Today, Championship Sunday could be that first moment, but ultimately, I feel that we see these teams trying to play that speed race, and then they end up making that mistake. And we've seen 1-stars, we've seen 2-stars, and ultimately that's what ends up deciding it. Trying to make up that time could be an issue.
Yeah, I feel like it's more about the pressure in the beginning and the stage, the stadium, the fans. This is then where the rest is happening, and while we're unlikely, maybe, to see those 15-15 scores, there are always those little mistakes, but you're forcing those mistakes with going so fast, with doing your first good attacks, and this is what so far M.T.F.Y has done really nicely. And they're up next. The question then is, what are they going to bring next?
Well, Shawan, we've seen him use E-Drags, and that is the one vulnerability that I've heard throughout. It seems that Shawan uses mostly E-Dragons, so if we see him come in with E-Drags, maybe Tribe has prepared bases for that. We're going to find out here momentarily. Shawan, you're up.
And this was the one strategy Synchronic in their match versus M.T.F.Y were heavily concentrating on.
Ooh.
So this is something we have to take a look at. Well,
he changes it up.
What is going on? Maybe he is catching the base builders of Tribe Gaming off guard, going in with the strategy which Synchronic has used so successfully over this tournament so far with the Titans. and there was some supportive Super Barbarians in there.
Yeah, you were telling me that when they played against Synchronic, we noticed that Synchronic moved a lot of those air skeletons, or those skeleton traps, excuse me, to air mode. So maybe Tribe makes that same adjustment, and now there's less skeleton traps on the base. Remember, you can only have the trap in ground or air. There are multiple, so you can pick and choose, but less ground skeletons can definitely be great. Although the Titans, with their aura, with that little bit of lightning there, is going to take down any skeletons. This is a very interesting approach. We see the M.T.F.Y changing it up a little bit. We hear the crowd starting to get into it, but he's starting to make his way to the middle of the space.
And what's there so far looks really solid. All of those high hit point buildings in the core, they should not matter too much, but the multi-front tower has locked onto the healers of that Archer Queen, which could be a big factor moving on, because she did not take the wall break where he was trying her to get into the base. The Royal Champion already with her ability, but this means the Town Hall's really far on the back end, but he has still this Warden ability left.
He has the Warden ability, he still has King ability, which should be able to open up some of these walls. Although the King gets distracted there on the Queen, he's fine, he comes back. Spiky Ball, Earthquake Boots. Remember, Earthquake Boots destroy those walls, but also deal out tons of damage. The Town Hall is approximately half health here. King's gonna go over and take a few whacks at it, and this is looking very good for Xuan. There are Ricochet cannons, but he's still got plenty of force to work through here with the Queen. Super Barbarians now being deployed, and plenty of skull support. This looks to be another 3-star for M.T.F.Y.
They are just not stopping. They're not leaving the pressure down. They just keep continuing of 3-starring those bases. The Queen has survived the entire attack. He is celebrating. He is happy with this attack. And it's another 3-star, which was as well faster from Kronos, which can be important later on when Tribe Gaming feels under the pressure, feels that, well, we have to go faster. We have to do quicker attacks. We might have a safer plan for 3 stars, but we just have to go and somehow face off on the time level with the other team.
M.T.F.Y may not have as big of a presence as Tribe in the audience, but the Chinese crowd is going wild up there. 1 minute 51 seconds means that he was faster by 17 seconds of Kronos attacks. So we still have to see Tribe go, and they have to make up time. And this is going to be a big factor moving forward. If M.T.F.Y can continue to push that lead on time and continue to 3-star, there's no way Tribe can come back. So Tribe may have to make some on-the-fly adjustments. Although we saw yesterday, very impressive, the fireball, giant arrows, zaps, like we saw some crazy things.
And especially I feel like this is how they came back of making it to this stage. They brought the fireball.
Yes.
They somehow pulled off the miracle of incredible quick attacks with that equipment in the finals of the Last Chance qualifier. And as I said, this is how they made it. So are they going to bring it again? We have Nebrax first, who is known for his dragon-type attacks, but he has so far used Lalo in this competition. So the question now is, what of those two strategy types is he going to bring in this attack? Because I feel like both are really, really good for him and has worked really good for him. But let's take a look at his attack.
Nebrax did have a couple great giant arrow, fireball, zap attacks which were Lalo, but was he bluffing yesterday, and will he go back to the skies with those beastly dragons? No, it is going to be the zap giant arrow Lalo. We saw Tribe make up tons of time yesterday. Giant arrow there obviously on the Queen. He's going to zap out and damage some of these buildings and send that giant arrow across the base. But remember, Itsu, we did see a miss on the giant arrow yesterday, but they were able to recover. Zaps out, gets the Rage Tower.
Oh! I think that multi-front tower was supposed to go down, and it did not. The Rage Tower, yes, it did go down, but having a multi alive when you're playing a Lalo attack, and remember, the defenses in hard mode are dealing more damage. This can be devastating. It now all comes down to how well he can control his heroes to get the value maybe still he was looking for, maybe a little bit on top to make sure that the Lalo can work. But the opening so far is leaving a lot of question marks.
King does go to ability using that giant gauntlet and rage to get in there, but the ice golems remain. King did do a great job taking down the monolith, which is a heavy damage dealing defense. The battle plum does fly in with the Warden's Eternal Tome to protect the balloons, protect that battle plum, and now he needs to land and connect to take the town hall down. Rage should secure the town hall as those headhunters scurry on through. Yeti's through there. Let's see if the Yetis can get a little bit of damage, but you're right, Itsu. Those multi-infernos are going to deal so much damage, but also a scatter shot on the back that the Queen wasn't able to get.
Yeah, and the Queen on a zero dive went down as well. The Royal Champion now trying her best. And remember, because the equipment is not maxed, those tests are not a one-shot anymore. And he has to work now with his Lalo and with that multi-front tower alive. Imagine that multi-front tower being gone. Now the red mines are coming in as well. Loons are dropping down. And he still has the multi-arch tower on the back end. Every other hero's gone.
This is not looking good, Itsu. This is not looking good for Nevax and Tribe. This could be the first defense of the war. A pivotal moment, a pivotal strike from Nevax. We think the Giant Arrow may have missed just a little bit, ultimately costing him. Multi-Inferno will burn up these balloons, not to mention the multi-Archer Tower, which is sending arrows non-stop, targeting 3 loons at a time, along with that Warden, along with the Owl. M.T.F.Y with a huge surprise defense.
And the scatter shot on the far right side with that multi-front tower together are going to defend, but because we have all of the outside buildings on the far left side without protection, it should be still a high percentage. So Tribe is not out whatsoever. We have seen a lot of defenses over the last couple of matches as we're going on. It does not just mean that the teams are becoming better on offense, but as well on the defensive side. And this is what we see here from the Chinese team with their base. And the opening just did not go in favor of Nebrox. The Giant Arrow is not easy to always control, especially if you're on stage and if your hands might be shaking a little bit. I think everyone has had that at home when the Giant Arrow.
Yes.
The Queen, just this one tile. And the further the arrow has to go, the more distance of the actual target you will have. So it did not work out, but it's going to be a high percentage 2-star for Tribe Gaming.
And it doesn't even need to be a full tile. It's just a few degrees of difference there. Remember, M.T.F.Y did get a perfect war against Navi. However, they did not against Synchronic. So this M.T.F.Y squad can make mistakes, but with Tribe blinking first, so to speak, that does leave things open. If they can adjust, if M.T.F.Y can adjust and now go to safer plans, all they need is 15 stars and they will move on to our grand final.
Yes, but we have already heard that from the other teams yesterday. It is not as easy, and it might sound like, oh yeah, we're just going safe at this point. No, like you still have to find those plans for the 3 stars, and things can go wrong, horribly wrong, to be honest, if those entries are trapped. And this is something which we have seen over the tournament many times, and especially from Tribe. We were talking about their defense in the Group B. They were getting multiple defenses over their matches. And now it is back. It is back on the other side with M.T.F.Y. They're up next with their next attack. And if they can keep continuing with their performance, they're looking good. But first, they have to get that somehow.
But you pointed out there, it's a 95%. So if Tribe can force a defense, they're right back in this. That's a very, very high fail. Cloud, the team captain of M.T.F.Y, will be next. Obviously looking to get a 3-star, but any slip-up, any mistake could leave the door open for a Tribe comeback. Cloud, let's see what he's got.
Are they going to go with more of those Titan strategies? Did Tribe predict that M.T.F.Y got some ideas of Synchronic, what to use strategy-wise? What are they going to go in with? They were really, really versatile in their first matches, and they're back to the roots. They're going in with the druids as well, having that support there to make sure that they can delay that warden ability a little bit longer further inside the core of the base.
This makes me nervous though, based on our last match with the Milliseam MG. 2 overgrowths can be so risky. This was considered a very safe strategy throughout a lot of our qualifiers. Whenever there was a mistake, a giant error from any team, you switch to that 2 overgrowth strategy and you adjust and you get those safe 3 stars. However, we've seen in this hard mode with the adjustments, the defense is dealing more damage, the heroes dealing less. It could be a little bit tougher. We'll have to keep an eye on everything as they make their way through the Town Hall. King gets great value, opens up the base a little bit, but also gets the Queen out. What are you seeing it too?
I feel like he did not get as much value with the King he was looking for, because remember, that is about the pathing, right? The air defense, staying alive for a couple of longer seconds, and this is now defenses where the roots are actually going towards, which is messing up the pathing. This strategy, this troop, is all about the pathing, all of about the setup, and those Tesla and the Archer Queen were a big surprise there. So this could now cost. He has to readjust now with those Super Barbarians, which he might miss later on in the attack.
Right, we usually see those Super Barbarians come in to clean up. He doesn't do a great job cleaning cleaning up that pathing, but a couple of the Valkyries do stray aside. The Root Riders are going to open up that intersection so that there's access to the middle of the base. Rage Tower goes down, Warden ability, and Cloud's hands are so laser focused right now. First Overgrowth that's in, and this is where we saw MMG get in a lot of trouble. Do you decide to play that second Overgrowth? But I feel he was late enough here. He can elect to use that second Overgrowth in a very appropriate spot. The main thing right now, keep these troops alive and keep the push going.
Yeah, he just used that Queen ability. The healers are spawned, but there's a lot of Black Mines, so only one healer alive. The Royal Gem ability had been already used. Where is he going to use another Overgrowth spell? And why did he bring it? That might be another question. He is now going to Overgrowth the Town Hall yet again, and this is again the moment where the Town Hall is the last building. He has no spells left. He has used everything. It's just wait and watch.
He will get that Eagle Artillery up. The Queen is taking damage from the Expo. Root Riders are fading here. He does have a little bit left. Valkyries are in there. P.E.K.K.A.'s in there. Will he have enough to take the Town Hall down? He needs the Overgrowth to fade off. It does! The Root Riders are in there. The P.E.K.K.A.'s are in there. The Town Hall should go down, but this is still very vulnerable to a defense. He does have that Apprentice Warden. Couple of Roots, couple of Valkyries. Does he have enough gas in the tank here, Itsu?
Oh, the Town of Poison did a lot of damage. It's the Archer Tower, the Mortar, and the Wizard Tower, and they have a dream. There is Diggy, though. I think Diggy might be a game changer in this attack. The P.E.K.K.A. is stuck. Another P.E.K.K.A. on the outside. The Baker is trying her best. Diggy really might be the MVP here.
I think you're right. I think Diggy just saved that Apprentice Warden long enough so that he could get it. It could still be a defense. Time is ticking away. 12 seconds. There's a P.E.K.K.A. stuck in the wall. If the P.E.K.K.A. gets through this wall, it will get that drill that Diggy's working on. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, and Cloud gets saved by the Apprentice Warden. M.T.F.Y. remain perfect. Wow.
It was not even close. He was not even sweating. Oh my goodness, that was an incredible finish. I don't know why they keep doing it with that last Overgrowth. From our perspective, it looks so risky. I feel like bring another heal if you're scared of the Town Hall explosion. Bring, I don't know, something, but please, not another Overgrowth. It is so risky. But he's getting the job done, getting the 3-star, so we can relax again.
I don't know how they keep composed because I'm up here losing it, Itsu. I'm so nervous for him. My hands are shaking, and I don't even have to deploy troops or a spell. Exorcist will be our next attacker for Tribe, and it is a must 3-star situation. Tribe cannot afford any more errors. That was their opportunity, but Cloud, maybe a little luck there, but Diggy came in and stunned those defenses. Let's see if Exorcist can stun this crowd with the 3-star of his own.
That's right. Can he get that 3-star in for his team? Because this match is really on a knife's edge. But they have to 3-star first, and they are going in, it seems like, with a Fireball. That is the combination they're looking for. The Giant Arrow, which means they're going for the Town Hall. The Earthquakes in first, the Invisibility spells next, and there goes the Fireball at the Town Hall. The Town Hall.
Beautiful.
He's getting the job done. The Town Hall is gone.
No mistakes on that Giant Arrow. He had a very beautiful anchor point on that with the workshop over there on the corner, so he was able to set that fireball up. And remember, he doesn't have to hit the Town Hall directly with the fireball. It has a little bit of radius, so he could use that to kind of anchor in there, let the Queen take the Town Hall down. Now we have a lot of things going on at the top screen with the battle blimp flying in and taking down defense, accompanying that Queen. Look, the Queen's kind of sneaking in there while the Yetis are distracting and getting lots and lots of value.
Yeah, and I wonder if he planned to have the Warden following his Queen, because there were no healers on that Warden. The Warden did not follow. So one of those rare cases where I feel like the Warden was supposed to go in with the rest of the troops, but there is the remaining troops with all of those minions. The Rocket Dunes are in, trying to overpower the backhand. But that defending Super Dragon is just really annoying for him right now. And the Royal Champion has to somehow alive and fight back, but the Headhunter is there.
Oh no! There's nothing to take out that Super Dragon into! It's going to blur down that last balloon. There's minions. There's only a few storages remaining, but that clan castle is still in there. The Phoenix is going to hold everything up, but he has to get the clan castle. Does he have it? He has it! Wow, so close. Itsu, never a doubt, obviously, but that was so close to another fail.
What an incredible pick to bring a Super Dragon on the defensive side right there. And it nearly worked. It nearly worked. It was again another close attack, but this time Tribe getting in the clutch, 3-star. And with that, they're staying close. They're keeping up this comeback potential for this match. But those two teams, they are fighting for every single building, every single percentage.
It is a struggle out there. I thought that was going to fail with the Super Dragon just going around. And we talked a lot about Tribe's defenses, but huge props to M.T.F.Y and their defenses and their scouting. It seems like they put in a lot of work and effort, and they found something against this Tribe squad they really like. Super Dragon is so unconventional, but it nearly worked. It didn't work. It nearly worked to hold that one in. We're in with the next one. Let's go, guys.
Let's keep the action rolling, because right now it is just incredible. Those two teams are giving us a show, and it's going to be another time the Electro Titans in this match. We have a really stacked Rage Tower in that core of the base. There's something to look out for, and how he's going to approach this. But he's going to try to send those Titans exactly in there, but then overpower it with that Eternal Tome, with that Warden ability.
It's very, very key on this attack, especially when you look in the middle of this base. Look at that Rage Tower. It's covering the Scatter Shot, 2 multi-Infernos, the Igor Artillery, the Battle Builder. That Rage can be absolutely devastating as he makes his way to the center of the base. This is very, very pivotal. If Yo-Yo can somehow force the defense, jumping to the Town Hall, Xi'an is trying to get this base down. And if he does, it is going to be even more dire for Tribe in this war.
And he still has nearly all of those hero abilities. There goes the Barbarian King. The Town Hall is going down before the Invis Tower can even trigger. The Royal Champ ability has been used as well to overpower this top side compartment. This is, as you said, I feel like completely crushed. This strategy is just overpowering those bases. The Royal Champion supporting the remaining troops. But there is no defenses left.
Yeah, there's nothing to take. He's still got a full army out there, Itsu. He has more than I start with on my attack. Xi'an comes in with a beautifully executed Electro Titan attack, and this is why I like this M.T.F.Y squad. They are well-versed on offense. It feels they can use any attack strategy, but more impressively, their defenses have been really good, almost holding Tribe twice now. M.T.F.Y are holding down the throttle, and they don't look to let up.
They are keep pushing their lead because they have the final attack. If they're going to 3-star that, it doesn't even matter anymore what Tribe does. But to keep up the pressure, to force those mistakes, Tribe has to perform with their last attacks, get those 3-stars in, make sure that the pressure is not on them, but on the other team. But can they somehow do that? That's to me still the big question.
I don't know if you can see, I'm a little antsy and nervous up here, anxious for Tribe. This is such an intense war, but Rakira's had such strong attacks yesterday. I don't think Tribe is worried about Rakira's in this 4 spot. He is very, very solid. One of the most consistent attackers in all of Clash of Clans esports. He needs to go ahead, buckle in, get that 3-star, and hope they can get that last defense.
That is the big hope, and we know Rakira's Lalo is a really likely thing. So, is it going to be Lalo? Let's take a look.
Your squad needs you now, Rakira's. What do you have in store for us? Final preparations, he's in on the base, and it is going to be just that. You called it a Lalo. 3 skeleton spells in there as well for support for the heroes. He does have some sneaky goblins going in, thinning out those storages up top. Remember, sneaky goblins only attack resource buildings until they're all destroyed. King now going to join the party, and Rakira's is setting up this Lalo to soar through the skies.
And a really nice loom to actually not only take down the Tesla, but as well trigger the Poison Tower. But with those rocket looms and those headhunters, this King is going to be under a lot of fire. With the Queen, with her equipments getting used early on, there is a lot of potential for her to take down a lot of buildings, but he has to get further inside the space to really create this pathing.
He did a really great job there with the Earthquake Spiky Ball from the King, was able to open up that compartment to the Monolith. Now using those skeleton spells, he brought along to go ahead and distract the Monolith. Meanwhile, the Battle Blimp is flying in for the Town Hall. Warden's ability protecting some balloons as he flies in here. And remember, they always like to hold just a few balloons to finish off the back end of the base. Royal Champion up top, and this is looking really, really nice for Rakira's.
And he has like a split Lalo right now. He has a few balloons on the far right side, while as well a Lalo on the left side. And with the remaining spells, he should make sure that he is pushing through, getting another 3-star in, and take a look as well at the time. This base just got smashed.
That's what Rakiris did yesterday as well. We usually think Lalo's a lot faster, especially with the hero dive setups that he's been doing, but Rakiris has been so consistent, so strong, so fast throughout. It's about 1:24, 25 seconds as this last storage falls down, and Tribe Gaming are still alive after that 3-star.
They did everything they could to this point to really make sure that there's still pressure on M.T.F.Y. But they have now this match in their hands. Are they going to give Tribe again the chance with maybe not getting a 3-star, or are we going to see a 3-star and we're going to see the second finalist for this day?
Shuai was the final attacker in the 2 wars on day number 1 using Lalo, Queen Charge Lalo, and very well used, I should say. Let's see if they tend to take to the skies. All they need is a 3-star. Easy for me to say, right into. I'm up here at the desk, and Shuai will be attacking Kronos' base.
That's right, he is setting things up, and as well, he might go again with those Queen Charge attacks. It is still one of the favorites of a lot of the pro players, and especially if you have been playing this switch for a long time, it is just so incredibly good and safe to some degree as well. We have seen it earlier today where things can go wrong. Going to Tornado Trap, having your queen getting rotated a little bit to a different part of the base can really be devastating. So let's hope that he's not going to find that Tornado Trap and jump into the attack.
Tribe crowd goes crazy. They need a defense. But Shuai can qualify M.T.F.Y for a grand final with this final attack. It is a Queen Charge Lalo, one of the strongest attacks in Clash of Clans history. When executed properly, this can take down any base in the game, Mitsu.
But everything is coming down to the execution of that attack. And you hear the Tribe crowd really cheering for a defense, because that is the only chance for Tribe Gaming to make it to the final. Because remember, this is a single elimination bracket from this point on, which means whoever is going to lose this is dropping out of the competition. An early rage is getting forced, and the single Inferno Tower, he has to manage that nicely. He's locking onto the Archer Queen, so better be careful.
He did have the Expo and the multi-Archer Tower locked onto that Queen, but not only do they need a defense, it has to be lower than 95%. If he fails and it's 96%, M.T.F.Y still win and still move on to our grand final. Watch the single target Inferno. He needs to keep this Queen alive. Elects not to freeze it as it's on a little, I don't know what was down there, but it was on something else, so the Queen's able to power through. The Queen is surging through here, and it's all on the line right now. Flame Flinger's throwing shots on the left.
Flame Flinger already getting a lot of value, picking the side where the Royal Gem is located, because she has a little bit of a smaller range. But now we have... Oh, he did not pay attention, which means the Flame Flinger is opening up. That Queen is locked into the Client Castle, but now it's all about the timing with that Invisibility Tower. That could mess up things quite badly for him.
He did not maybe get enough value, but he did take down the Royal Champion there with that Flame Flinger, so that was really, really nice. But the main thing is that Scattershot Poison Tower did stand, and as he makes his way to the back end of that base, it's going to be very, very tough to take down into.
Ooh, the Invis Tower is triggering. The Queen is running behind the Town Hall. There is the Invis. He missed those healers. The Queen still has to get the Town Hall. The Client Castle is the next building, but those Queens and those clones, he's freezing, he's raging. The Town Hall is not going down.
It is looking bad for Shuai. The Town Hall remains. Tribe Gaming may get the defense they need. Everything is on the board. The Town Hall remains. And this could be the critical moment the Tribe was looking for. Defeat in Shuai's face. It is going to be a 1-star defense. And Tribe look to move on to our grand final.
What an incredible finish! The Town Hall, the invisibility spell, he did not pay attention to that. He was concentrating on the Lalo. The Lalo did not get the value. And this has not only cost him this attack, this might have cost him the match, the final appearance, everything.
I think this did. I don't think there's any question. Tribe now only need 2 more stars to win this war. It is a low percentage, 81%. The Invisibility Tower, you called it perfectly into. He was trying to protect those healers, but the Queen stepped up, and it was too much to overcome. Shuai had such an impressive run. M.T.F.Y were looking so good, but Tribe finally get the defense they need.
What an incredible turn of events. Really making the last attack now matters. Incredible.
Look at this
for
moment.
Tribe. But take a look at really the invis spell, trying to turn everything invisible, but missing those healers. And with that, the healers are going to be taken care of. There is no recovery option for the Archer Queen, and that was really the turning point for this attack.
Wow, that's all I can say. It's wow, wow, wow. What a turn of events. I thought Shuai was feeling really good. It looked really good until that Invis Tower went up, and we saw Tribe use tons and tons of Invis Towers, and it finally pays off. Maybe they saw something in their scouting that they were vulnerable to that exact moment, and it pays off for Tribe. Now, Yo-Yo can step up and secure them into the grand final.
Yes, and he has to make sure that this attack is as safe as possible. Yes, they don't need that 3-star, but still, you want to get that needed percentage, percentage and stars to really make sure that you are going to be as safe as possible in this position. And I feel like for them as well, the nerves are going crazy.
But at the same time, Yo-Yo's been here. Yo-Yo, a former world champion. There is a reason that Yo-Yo 23 is in this 5th spot. Yo-Yo, can you get your team to the grand final? Your moment is right now.
And he is one of the only players out there who has the option of becoming twice the world champion. And this would be something first ever in the Clash history. Can he deliver now in this attack? He's going in with the lightnings, with the earthquake, and as well with the giant arrow, something which we have seen already earlier today. There goes the lightnings, and he's taking down that Inferno Tower he was aiming for. Damaging already that defending Archer Queen. The King is diving into this bottom compartment, trying to take damage away of that Archer Queen, but those Tesla are delaying the Queen quite a bit, and there is so many skeleton traps.
He did a great job there with one Valkyrie to take out some of those skeletons so the Queen can focus, keep an eye on this Ricochet cannon. It does take down the Unicorn. King's Spiky Ball goes off. He's going to circle back, take down the Archer Queen. This charge is looking great. The Giant Arrow was beautiful. Now we have super minions outside of the Clan Castle. We do see a huge variety of defensive units here for M.T.F.Y, but Yo-Yo needs a 2-star 86% to secure the victory.
And we have seen it earlier, the defending Clan Castle troops, if you don't manage to take them out, they can be a really big problem later on. The super minions, they have survived. So if you don't have a plan for them,
circles back.
That would be really bad. But the Queen, as you said, is circling back. So if he might be able to take them out, that would be massive for him.
Town Hall falls, that's the 2nd star. Now he just needs a few more buildings into, and Tribe Gaming look for the improbable comeback. It looks so dire for Tribe, but this crowd went insane when M.T.F.Y missed. There's so many buildings up top. If he gets the Evo Artillery, there's going to be nothing to stop this from becoming the victory that Tribe needs. Balloons are surging, you hear the crowd ramping up, and the crowd's going to go crazy as Tribe Gaming will be our 2nd grand finalist at Superfest 2024.
The Red Mine still took down the balloon, so the 3-star is off the table, but they did not need it. They played it as safe as possible with the approach. The bullying for the Town Hall is such a safe approach in general for those Lalo attacks, and with the Warden Eternal Tome ability, the Town Hall is nearly always going down. The super minions were a little bit of a problem, but in the end, I think they're completely happy with this attack. He would not care whatsoever if this would be a 3-star or not, because it means they're going to the finals.
Yes, great adjustment, great game plan. Lalo, even if he doesn't get the 3 stars, always going to be a high percentage attack, and the crowd is going insane in here as we have our 2nd grand finalist. We heard Synchronic talking about it. They wanted a German final, and they get just that.
That's right. They wanted to have Tribe Gaming in the finals. They wanted to face them in the finals. And I think it's going to be a lot of energy, not only on the stage, but as well in the crowd. The Tribe fans, the Synchronic fans, they were so loud. But the interesting story as well is they were joining up. They're sitting in the same place. So I think that will be really interesting, sitting next to each other, because that will be intense.
Yeah, just right here behind us is Tribe and Synchronic, and they have been very vocal. But man, what a war that was. I'm not going to lie to you, I thought it was over for Tribe. I felt that attack was very safe, very well planned. But that invisibility tower, Tribe saw something in their scouting report, and it paid off for them in the biggest way. What a way to get the victory there with the final defense. Wow, man.
It was incredible, but this as well shows you should never never give up until the last attack is in. And this really was the biggest showcase of exactly that. Never give up, and they did not do it. They tried their best. They keep 3-starring and putting up the pressure. I feel like that is such an important thing, which is so underestimated. The pressure on the other team, time aspect, but as well the high percentage, which means if it's ever somehow a fail on the other side, you have as well a solid chance. But I think we should hear from the winning team on the stage with with the losing team.
Thank you so much, Itsu. I have got Cloud here from M.T.F.Y joining me here on the main stage. Now, commiserations, a hard-fought journey up to this point. Now, I just wanted to say, coming into this tournament, and qualifying from a different region, obviously it might be quite difficult to prepare for a lot of these teams that play across the pond. So, do you feel like it was particularly difficult to prepare for this competition?
首先想给你们恭喜你们晋级到半决赛。你觉得因为你们战队是从别的区域晋级到总决赛，你觉得对这一场比赛准备的时候很困难吗？因为你们对对手的打法不太熟悉。
我们晚上有充足的训练新的流派，但是阵营方面确实是没有。因为对方已经残了一刀，所以我们最后一刀帅还是选择了天女。虽然结果不尽人意，但是我们已经努力了。
Yeah, last night we were preparing ourselves, but we didn't do a lot of preparation for this fight, to be honest. Yeah, we chose the queen walk strategy for this fight, but the result wasn't as we expected.
Well, you made it through to the semi-finals. You should be so proud of how far you guys have come as a team. Yes, that's right. Make some noise for M.T.F.Y. You've made it to this point in the competition. Is there anything that you would like to say to your fans who have supported you throughout your journey?
你们晋级到半决赛，就恭喜大家。然后你们也有很多粉丝，你们对粉丝想说什么？
今年漫天风雨虽然不被很多国人看好，但是一路也能晋级，打败拉美战队，我们感觉已经尽力了，明年会继续努力。
A lot of people didn't trust M.T.F.Y to be able to compete, but we made it, and to be able to compete with these teams and to actually win with some of the teams is already an achievement.
And finally, are you going to be back next year?
明年你们要回来吗？
我们会回来的。
Yes, we will be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise one more time for M.T.F.Y, your semi-finalists. And now, let's head back over to the casters to break down that walk.
M.T.F.Y should be very proud of themselves. Yes, there was not a lot of us picking them, but it was more because we didn't know about them. I was so impressed after their first day. They held in there right with the top teams, and ultimately they held in there with Tribe Gaming. It was just one little slip-up. They should be very proud of themselves.
Yeah, I think overall they played incredible. Especially I feel like some of the strategies, they have played so much better than the rest of the teams. They were coming up with their own way of defending, their own meta as well, with bringing sometimes the Electro Dragons, as we have seen on their group stage match day, and as well then now with their way of playing the Hog Riders, which I feel like was different to the other teams, and really showed as well the difference in understanding the game, which was just on such a high level.
Let's go ahead and let's recap that one a little bit and see how it went, because this one was, it felt like it was in control of M.T.F.Y, and ultimately that one mistake, as we saw Ming, Zhuan, Cloud, Xian all coming out with decisive 3-stars. Cloud was a little bit close, let's be honest, Apprentice Warden saved it, but after Nebrex's fail, Tribe was just staying in the game. They did a great job not giving up, as you mentioned, 3-star after 3-star, and finally, the defense gave way, and they were able to come back and get that victory.
And that's what I feel like for Tribe in that position. They have to try to see as well the best, because they're now going to the finals. And Synchronic looked incredible. So yes. I feel like they have to concentrate on the attacks of Exorcist and Rekiris, which were really, really quick. Yes. And I feel like this is what you need as well if you want to have a chance then later on with pressuring the other team, really like somehow forcing some mistakes, which I feel like otherwise, if the teams can relax, if the teams are feeling safe with what they're getting like attacked by, you don't have those mistakes happening that many times on this stage.
Yeah, and especially against the Synchronic squad. I mean, we saw them putting up crazy defenses. I mean, they held MMG down. It felt like their defenses were probably the best prepared that we've seen throughout. And now Tribe has to go on. They struggled a little bit against M.T.F.Y's base, and now they have to go on against another tough defensive plan. So this is definitely going to be a little bit of an uphill battle for them, but Tribe did earn it. They came through. They put up an impressive performance. Maybe Yo-Yo's attack did fail there, but ultimately I think we could both say that was more of a safer plan to get the percentage they needed.
Yeah, I feel like those Lalo attacks, especially if you have the blimp for the Town Hall, are such safe 2-star attacks.
Yes.
And then depending on like if the opening went well or if the traps are not placed versus Lalo. I mean, there's a lot of options like red mines, a lot of red mines together to try to take down a lot of healers in one place. You can try to spread them out to make sure that the bases are a little more harder to attack with Lalo. So there's a lot of trap options for the base building side, and it depends a lot on that. And I feel like he did run right away into a lot of traps. So again, a big shout out to the other side of the base building team, because they did predict some type of that entry where we see pretty much all of the skeleton traps, the Tesla, and in general, I think even a couple of black mines. So really, really nicely done, but he was able to power through and get the percentage which was necessary.
But let's go ahead and let's hop over. I'm curious on this one. Who is our MVP? Well, we're not going over there yet.
I was excited.
He's here. He looks handsome. Don't get me wrong, but we need to talk about our MVP. Obviously, we have votes from the community. I'm curious on this one. Who do we think? Exosys, 28%. Yo-Yo in third place with 19, and Rakira's coming up the rear there with second. I guess I said that all wrong. Well, 20% there in second, but that's all good. Tribe Gaming do get that victory, but yes, as we kind of hinted towards there, we will be welcoming the one and only Carbon Fend. So that's Carbon. What a crazy war, man.
Wow, what a war indeed. It was the craziest one, especially to experience in the audience. You can just hear the rumble, people stomping their feet, and it was just an amazing war nonetheless. And of course, M.T.F.Y coming so close, and that 1-star in the end. But it's going to be an amazing grand finals. Before we get to the grand finals, I'm going to be breaking down this attack from Rikirez. Really, really nice hit here. So the way this attack starts off is coming into this base with a few rage spells to the outside. So typically, he now sends the Royal Champion. She's going to come in from the top side as his king is going to path his way to get into here. And then the Lalo is going to come from the opposite side, so breaking this base down, and not only is it going to be a crushing attack, it's going to be fast, and that's what he is able to achieve here. So the Queen to the far left side over here, she's going to move through there, but then the Royal Champion, notice when he deploys her up to the top side up here, but there's a Rage. Rage is up the RC to get that value with the Rocket Spear shots. So the RC is able to clear there. We're going to able to see the Queen come from this left side, and then here comes at the same time Warden, but notice the Warden ability protects everything from the blimp moving into the Town Hall, protecting the balloons as they make their way around, and then protecting the headhunters. So every single section coming right on through. So the Queen continues her way through here. The Royal Champion made it through here. The Lalo made it through here, and then even a more back Lalo from that side. So he dissected the base in sections and was able to take this one down. Time did not matter in the end, but it was a 3-star, which played a huge role, able to help tie this war up. It ended up being 13-13, and a beautiful hit here from Rikirez. It was just flawless from the start. So very nice attack, able to help Tribe advance to the grand finals. And just like what General X said in his interview, he was hoping for a German grand finals, and that is indeed what we are going to be having here at Zoo.
And as well, like that, he is saying that he wants to have this match to happen. Does it already mean that they have specifically prepared for Tribe Gaming? Like the mind games have already started here, and I mean, this final match, that is going to be an intense one.
That's a good call there, Itsu. Maybe they had that prep, and maybe they know they're coming. I guess we'll see. We have an amazing grand final. But before we do, let's throw it out of Banks. He's got an interview with the content creator.
Yes, I do, Bash. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the lounge, where it is awesome to see all these creators wandering around Superfest and enjoying everything that it has to offer. And I've got Susie Gaming here with me. Susie, how you doing? You good?
I am good, thank you, Banks.
Now, I've asked a lot of people this question throughout my time here, but I feel like you've had enough time here at the event to kind of soak in everything that Superfest has to offer. What's been your favorite thing about the event so far?
It's actually so many favorite parts, especially the venue is absolutely amazing. The atmosphere is incredible, and for me, watching the players all year, their hard work, dedication, and they were trying to win that golden ticket so they can be here. And now seeing them standing on the stage, dreaming or living their dream, I am so proud of them.
Now you host a lot of community events and wars, like on your stream in particular. We've been talking a lot about the dark horse of the competition coming into this, right? M.T.F.Y, they just had a huge upset on the main stage, right? But a lot of people weren't too familiar with them, being that they're from a different region and that they play like in kind of their own little world of like teams, right? You stay with your ear to the ground about a lot of that. Were you aware of their strengths coming into this competition? Obviously, to qualify from that region is super tough, but having seen them a lot, what was your kind of point of view with them coming into this competition? Do you think they'd make it to the semis?
I believe they could, because you say it wasn't easy for them to win the golden ticket. It was single elimination. They were facing the Czech Tiger, which were world champions from a few years ago. They were also against the BLTX from previous years. So I cannot believe they can be very decent opponent, and they just show like they made it to the semifinals.
They did indeed. We've seen so many amazing wars so far in this competition as well. Have you had a favorite on the main stage that you've seen?
All wars are awesome. They're so close. Always there is some incredible attacks, some close hits, and also big defenses. But probably like the first war, Synchronic versus Navi, because this was kicking off the show and all this amazing event.
Now, you also have to stay on top of everything that gets included into the game, right? And how it affects the esports, how it affects the players and the army compositions and all of the items that are used within all of these wars. What's been your favorite thing that you've seen in one of these attacks? Particular army composition or a particular item that's been used? What's been the most exciting thing?
So we have now opportunity to watch the new version of the hard mode, which really has strong effect on the play game. We have so many different strategies, which is so cool, but my favorite is definitely Fireball. The big Fireball hits with the giant arrow. So huge fan of the Exorcist because he definitely used some of them. And also I really like the Nada equipment, the spiky ball with the earthquake boots.
It's got to be the Fireball or the Spiky Ball, doesn't it? It's so much fun to see. Susie Gaming, thank you so much for joining me in this interview here in the lounge. The grand finals are almost ready, but we got a few more things to take you through before we get there. So let's head over to Itsu and Bash in the caster booth.
Thank you so much for that interview. And I feel like they touched on a really important thing, and that is the preparation from the teams over the entire year. We're seeing them now only on this weekend, but we have to as well to rethink, hey, they have played in so many different qualifiers. Some of them have played over a lot of different qualifiers, always try to get to this stage, sometimes falling short many times, and then making it over the year to actually play on this stage, play in this momentum, and that's something which I feel like we sometimes forget.
Yeah, and I think like one big thing for me, like it almost felt like a reset here with the big hard mode changes, but it's kind of funny that we see that full circle back using some of those strategies we've seen in the previous qualifiers and throughout the season. So I think it's kind of unique. I personally wasn't expecting to see this many Root Riders. Root Riders kind of played a pivotal moment throughout this entire tournament, and ultimately it was a good thing for some teams, and it was a downfall for some teams. But I don't know. I kind of just like that full circle back, where a lot of people were kind of writing off that Root Rider strategy, especially with the 2 overgrowths. I mean, it was a little bit risky. We saw it work, but we also saw it cost some wars here.
And I feel like especially it's really fitting in the new meta of the hard mode, because remember, we had a lot of changes over the year when it comes down to balancing, but especially for the esports, I think the most impactful ones were where the hard mode was added in general, and then where they had the adjustments, which means the equipments are now capped, which means common equipments on level 15 and the epic ones on level 21, while as well obviously heroes are less efficient, which means they deal less damage, have less hit points, and the defenses deal more damage. And with all of that then coming together, this really means that people had to come up with either more clean attacks with the already existing strategies, or with completely new strategies like we have seen from Synchronic with their Electro Titan combination. And especially something which I have not seen before is just as well the pet combination, like the Yak on the Warden, to really make sure that the big weakness of the Electro Titan is like worked around, which is the wall. because everything else they're doing fine with.
And it's definitely something unconventional. You've never really seen that before. We saw a lot of unconventional things be very effective throughout. But speaking of throughout here, let's recap how we got to this moment, how we got to this grand final. If we take a look at our bracket, day one, we had a crazy upset. Na'Vi losing their first two matchups. They were our first team eliminated, but Synchronic did win Group 1 to move on to our top seed here in our finals today. Day two, Milliceme MG beating STMN, losing to Tribe, and then ultimately Tribe helping Milliceme MG out by taking STMN, which means that STMN Stamina was eliminated, our second team out. That brought us here to day three, and we've had some crazy, insane wars. Synchronic looked so comfortable. I felt the MMG a little bit of the nerves were there. Tribe Gaming holds on, get that final defense, and that brings us to our grand finals at 2.
Synchronic versus Tribe Gaming, indeed. And as well, if anyone is wondering when the next match is going to start, remember the teams have to as well reset. They have to make sure that they're giving, we're going to give them the time to plan, because it's different to your regular clan war at home where you have like 24 hours, you can chill, you can maybe already attack a base which has been, let's say, scouted from a teammate, okay? So it's overall a little bit different to what you're used to, and I feel like around 5 to 10 minutes, I think that's fair to give the players.
Oh, absolutely, and they've earned it. But while these teams are preparing, our buddy Barney Banks, he's got another interview for us. Easy for me to say, alliteration, boys.
Thank you so much, Bash. Welcome back to the main stage, where I have found another Clash enthusiast. But to be honest, that's not really an appropriate title, isn't it? I'd say the Clash enthusiast. It's General Manager of Clash of Clans, Stuart McGaw. How are you doing, Stuart?
I'm doing pretty good. What a weekend.
What a weekend so far. What's been your favorite thing so far?
Oh, I mean, I feel like the event producers have really turned it out, the fans have turned it out, and the players have given us like so many good games.
I have to say, I think that for me, it's the staging and like the lighting and the production's been phenomenal, hasn't it? I love it. I think we're in agreement, aren't we? Now, this is in fact your 6th time attending the World Championships. So what stood out like from this event in particular?
I really like that this year, kind of more than ever, there's that kind of like, do you push for kind of like the safe, slow 3 stars, or do you take a big risk and kind of, see how that goes? And I think that's been some really great. Paid off for some people, and it hasn't paid off for others, unfortunately.
I know it has. Some people have been banking on getting defenses, and then, unfortunately, just the rug gets pulled from under them, doesn't it? Now, personally for you, how does it feel to have not only everyone from around the world come here and play Clash under one roof, but also all 3 of Supercell's titles, like in esports, under one roof? How does it feel?
Well, as game makers, we rarely get the chance to actually meet fans as much as we'd like to, so it's always a super special time to get to meet some, people that are just as enthusiastic about the game as us. And even though Clash might be the best Supercell game, it's still nice to have share things with our little brothers, Royale and Brawl.
It's great, isn't it? Our little brothers, I like that. Now, for those of you at home that are kind of frequenters of watching Clash of Clans esports, especially the World Championships, we always have a lovely chat with Stuart. And also, your t-shirt game is always very, very strong. So is there anything you'd like to share with me about this groovy t-shirt you've got on?
Well, I think myself, like every Clash player, really looks forward to Hammer Jam. I think everyone would really like Hammer Jam to get going. But maybe with that, we've got a little video we could share.
Ooh, videos.
They were inseparable, a builder and his beloved hammer. And every year they looked forward to Hammer Jam. Until one fateful day.
Just days until Hammer Jam, villagers are reckoning with a devastating blow. The builder's beloved hammer has disappeared. Will Hammer Jam be canceled for the first time ever?
It had to be a goblin. I mean, stealing is what they do, right?
All I'm saying is the witch looks guilty. Ooh, my voice sounds so deep.
A stolen hammer, a shattered tradition, a village of suspects. Follow along and share your theories to find the hammer and save Hammer Jam. Hammerless, a true crime podcast in a fantasy world.
What a crime. I mean, I want to have that thing back. The hammer has to come back.
It has to, right? Where has it gone? But Hammer Jam, one of the best times of the year, able to upgrade so many things. Oh, it's going to be exciting. But you know, not just Hammer Jam, we have the grand finals now ready to be coming up.
So even more exciting stuff indeed, because those two teams, they were preparing for themselves, it feels like, with what we have heard from GeneRX in his interview. They were hoping to face Tribe Gaming in the finals, and somehow it was able to come together. And this is now the final which everyone has been waiting for, and I feel especially the timers, but the players. Let's take a look at the bracket though another time to really take a look what the journey has looked like for those two finalists.
What a war we've had here today. Synchronic, 14 stars, dominating victory with defenses to get to the grand finals. Tribe Gaming, many would say, got a little lucky there with that 1 star that came in from M.T.F.Y, and they had 2 fails as well. But it doesn't matter at this point. They're in the grand finals. It is a one and done here. No double elimination. Whoever wins this war is crowned the 2024 World Champions.
And I feel like we should take a look at the predictions overall, because we had a lot of ups and downs, but there were the favorites overall, Synchronic and Tribe, and I feel like those were as well the votes of the community. But with that final match, we're not just split on the caster desk. I would as well predict for later on. Like, I would do it, like, I'm crazy, okay? I'm like, we're doing another prediction here, right here. And I feel like we might see as well a quite close fan prediction. Who knows?
Yes. Well, we're going to find out very soon, because Banks is ready to introduce this grand finals.
The Clash of Clans grand final is a mere moments away. So let's set the scene, shall we? One of these teams will get their hands on the beautiful Clash of Clans World Champions Trophy and $300,000. Plus, their names will live on in the Clash of Clans Esports history books as World Champions. So, let's give them a proper welcome, shall we? Please welcome to the main stage your first team, Einstein, Philip, General X, Mark, and Simon. They are Synchronic Gaming. Their opponents are Kronos, Exorcist, Nabrax, Rikirez, and Yo-Yo23. It's Tribe Gaming!
The match we have all been waiting for, the match of the matches, the final between those two teams, as the crowd is going completely wild, because we have a lot of supporters for those two teams in the crowd here.
We do indeed, and Synchronic is ready to kick this one off. Remember, Synchronic coming in as the #1 seed, getting the very first golden ticket this year. Have Einstein, Philip, General X, Mark, and Simon. But Tribe Gaming, they were the very last team to get that golden ticket. They not only had to get a golden ticket in the last chance qualifier, they had to earn a silver ticket to even have that opportunity. So it's the 1 versus 6 seed here in the grand finals.
That is just a crazy, crazy storyline for Tribe Gaming. Their stats are looking incredible, but everything is coming down to this match. I feel like at this point, the numbers are out of the window. It is all about this clutch factor. And as well, I want to say about the fans, because I feel like that has a lot of impact on the players, because they're cheering them up so much. And we have seen that as well out of the 3 days so far, that the teams can really feel it, can hear it as well, and get crazy energy. And I mean, I said, yes, double prediction, okay. So As I said, it's really close. It's one of our closest predictions when it comes to the fan predictions we had so far. 54% for Tribe and 46% for Synchronic. This shows on what level we're playing right now.
It could go either way. Tribe coming in from the momentum, the nerves, coming in with that incredible comeback in the very last attack that they went up with M.T.F.Y to hold that defense. So now it is the captain, the one and only Kronos, who is going to lead the charge for Tribe Gaming. Everyone in this arena, they can hear you and they will need your cheering on, able to get that 3-star. They are ready to go and I cannot wait for this grand finals.
And he's just getting ready, controlling his breath, but I feel like we should not let him wait. He can attack right now.
And Kronos is ready. We've seen a mix of attacks of Root Riders, we've seen some Queen Charge Lalos, and they are going back to the roots with one overgrowth to utilize here. Can he start off with that 3 stars? The King is placed near the Baby Dragon, does wall break into the single target Inferno compartment. Is he gonna make his way to the left? The enemy Queen is gonna pull him into this wall.
Oh no, that King going into the wall is not perfect for him. He was trying to take down that single Inferno tower, which is now kind of off the menu because those Ice Golems are going to delay him. They're going to delay that King quite a bit as we have the big push happening at this bottom side.
Yeah, with that Queen off to the far right, the Root Riders are pushing their way into this scatter shot. Pops that Grand Warden Eternal Tome, but the single target in front on the far left did go down. Queen's ability was forced. The Queen with the mirror is splitting off, and there's not only one Queen, which is the real Queen, looks like to go into the Eagle Artillery to secure that.
Oh, there goes the overgrowth spell, and this is where problems can start because he does not have that many troops left alive. I see 2 Roots and a couple of Valkyries. And they have to survive because at this point the troops have to walk away from the town and have to come back. The Royal Champion though, she still has her ability and that could be a game changer.
It will be as the Super Minions clutched up over in the far left side, continuing to get some value, trying to get the multi-arch tower, but the Super Minions got pulled into the Clan Castle and the Town Hall Miloff are still there. There is the Rage, pops the RC ability, she's going to turn back around, the Queen is there to secure the Town Hall, but that is a multi-target Inferno to the top side as the Miloff needs to go down, but he's not liking this. The troops are disappearing here!
Oh no, those defending heroes were massive for Synchronic. The Royal Champ, the Queen, luring those troops into the wall were a nightmare. And the first defense already happened. The Warden is trying to take a couple of more buildings down. But this is already the first defense for Synchronic.
A burst attack, and it's a 2-star here in the grand finals. Unfortunately, Kronos not able to deliver that 3-star, and Synchronic doing what they do best of coming in with the defenses.
And that is just a staple for them over the entire weekend, over the entire tournament so far, because they always had those defenses early into the match, which just gave them so much freedom to plan. They could just go at this point and change their entire plan up. They don't have to go for time anymore, which means they can go for whatever they feel like right now is the safest option for 3 stars, which might be a Warden Charge, which might be something completely different. Whatever they think right now is best, they will bring to this attack.
And they will have to bring it with a 3-star. From all their matches so far, it's been a perfect 14 incredibly high-scoring wars from Synchronic. So Tribe knows that a 14-star performance may just be a tie, so it could come down to percentage, but it's going to be Simon who's going to be leading the charge for Synchronic.
And he is going in next indeed. He's getting ready, making sure that he has every single correct troop and hero equipment. We have seen that earlier as well, that one of the players, I think, went in with the wrong equipment. So let's hope that all of those players have set up the correct equipment, correct pets, correct strategy, everything. By now it's a lot of things. So let's check if it's actually correct.
Can Simon start with the 3-star for Synchronic? And it's the Electro Titans yet again. They've been delivering with it the whole weekend, and it is such a strong attack. And not only does it get the 3 stars, it's delivering very fast triples as well. So the King is deployed off to the far right with the Siege Barracks over there, taking his time. A ground skeleton pops up next to the Ricochet Cannon, but we got healers. Wait, is that now healers being deployed onto his King? And Electro Titans are looking to join in there as well as a jump is placed to the left.
And he still has the Angry Jelly then on his Archer Queen for the funneling, for the pathing. The jump has been utilized. There is the Queen with the Golem together to really push those troops further into the middle of the base. The jump should have him access towards that multi-inferno tower. The overgrowth has been used, but not on the Town Hall, just to make this invisibility tower completely useless.
Yeah, the Ice Golems, though, are going to slow him down as the Town Hall is hitting these troops with the Inferno Beams, but the healers are going to look to keep these troops alive as the Royal Champion has secured the Eagle Artillery. She's continuing her way through, does have her ability as the Town Hall has now just been secured.
Town Hall is going down indeed. The Scatter Traps are there, but the Monolith is keep firing away. The Invis Tower is another type of protection for this heavy-hitting defense. The Royal Champion is pushing around the top side. There is the Rage spell to give her a couple more power, but this Monolith is just not going down. The Queen is trying, but the Invis Tower is going off.
Oh, the Monolith stays alive. Queen and her ability is forced now. The RC burns her ability. Continuing into this multi-target Inferno. The Monolith locks onto a few of these healers. The Ground Expo is distracted by the Super Barbarians. The Queen needs to come back around as the Royal Champion's getting a very nice value with her Rocket Spear.
Oh, there go. The Archer Queens, they're coming back. They're going for the Monolith, and that is the defense going down. The Royal Champ should be able to clutch out the last couple of defenses as we have Headhunters and Archers distracting that Warden. Is that enough? The Skeleton Traps! The Skeleton Traps!
What? What? No way. The Headhunter able to secure the Skeletons. There's 2 Headhunters left. There's no defenses left unless there's a trap. Unless there's some traps for these Headhunters. There aren't. Wait a second. The invisibility spell tower comes back. It goes invisible. He's got to wait it out here.
Okay, we're just waiting with the Headhunters together. Okay, they're continuing. Can they actually take it out? I don't think so. Can they? I mean, it's 40 seconds, right?
Right? You would imagine there's got to be okay. Plenty of time. The invisibility spell tower goes down. Just the Builder Hut with 33 seconds left. He wanted to be faster, but it's still a 3-star.
I mean, it is a 3-star.
I know.
He's not celebrating. He's not happy whatsoever. But hey, maybe we watched a different attack. To me, that 3-star is great, especially having already a defense in.
I thought he was seeing something because remember, these players are a little bit ahead of us. I thought maybe these Headhunters got sprung or there's a giant bomb and they didn't take out these final buildings. It's a 3-star and that's still going to give them the advantage. But is he wondering about time if it comes down to it? But that's only if it's a tie on stars and a tie on percentage.
And that is unlikely depending on the first attack of Tribe, which we have already seen was a defense for them. So yeah, I mean, maybe he was really unsure if the hit points of that spell tower would have been higher or something, but either way, they have the lead after 1 attack each. And instead of going last, we have now Yo-Yo going in the second attacking position. He's taking another... Oh, we can see he's shaking. I mean, at this point, we can fully understand that. I mean, the crowd, everything. This is such an important attack, especially with how the first 2 attacks were coming in. Them 2-starring, their opponents 3-starring. Right now, we're kind of in a similar position which we had in their match right before, where they had to deliver. So Yo-Yo, get it done.
Yo-Yo was not able to get that 3-star in the very last attack, but he only needed the 2-star and high enough percentage to advance to the grand finals. He's attacking second, and again, with the Root Riders overgrowth. We've been seeing so many risky attacks and even fails with this strategy here, and they're still sticking with it. As the Grand Warden is down, gonna move in towards this bottom side. Queen's gonna stay off to the right. She'll be able to take out this Eagle Artillery nice and early, especially with 2 super wall breakers.
Yeah, the first wall break is getting used, so she has access towards the multi-inferno tower. But we have the King not deployed yet. There is the Angry Jelly because I guess he's going to send it on the back end to really make sure that he has as much value with him as possible without really funneling.
Yeah, the Ice Golem's coming out now, which is going to be a little bit of a problem now for these Root Riders, but there is the Overgrowth, so the Town Hall's not going to do anything, and they will ignore it as the Queen is working through the top side multi-target Inferno, still hanging on to that one ability as the Queen's ability goes off.
When is he going to push through the back end with the Overgrowth? Waking up in around any second now, I would say. The Queen is pushing further with the clones together. The King, with the ability, was able to push her into the back end as well. And now the Town Hall wakes up again. And the Town Hall is going to be the last building.
Yeah, with a Rage going to help Rage, this World Champion, and her Hog Riders coming into the core with the Town Hall going down. The RC is going to work right into it, and Yo-Yo delivering a really clean attack there. And that is quick, but it's not going to matter about being quick. It's about the 3 stars. Well done for Yo-Yo, and that is a great bounce back from the first attack.
And I think in his celebration in the last year, there was a lot of stress relief in there. Getting that 3-star, pulling his team back into the match, and we have seen what happens earlier if you're at this point just staying close to the other team. Like, there's always this comeback potential. The match is never over until the last attack has been done. And this attack was as well really quick.
A minute 18 seconds for that attack for Yo-Yo. Well done there, but of course, it now goes back to Synchronic, and you can't count anything out. You have to play every single attack, as we learned from the last match. Anything can happen. 1-stars can come in at the very end. Wow, the pressure is on, and now Mark, are you able to step up for Synchronic? He was the one, and the only one so far for Synchronic this weekend to fail.
And as well the strategy as well. We have seen so many of those Root Rider attacks, and the Valkyries together, they were really still powerful if used correctly. But what is going to be the strategy looking like? Well, we should jump in.
And the attack is ready. Good luck, Mark, as we're going to see 3 Electro Titans for this strategy. Gonna take his time with, we have the Eternal Tome, the Healing Tome, Siege Barracks off to the far left, Ice Golem with that Queen to the top side of the space to help establish that funnel, double Skeletons to help distract the Ricochet Cannon, the Single Target Inferno, the Air Expo, as he's now gonna continue and push these Electro Titans right into the middle of the space.
And this is what the crowd is going as well in, like with the chance, supporting their teams. There is the jump, pushing those Titans further into the middle of the base. He's trying to delay that King ability to have that Earthquake boost, but the Single Inferno Tower has cost him already a lot of hit points. The Siege Barracks opens up and is unleashing a couple of Super Minions with the Rocket Boost. The Queen pushing around the top side, but the Town Hall, what are you seeing?
The Royal Champion, he did have to invest the freeze there, and the RC is going to get stuck a little bit on the Ice Golem over there with a few archers, but the Warden ability has gone off, and look at this. We got a lot of these heroes going off to the right side. The Electro Titans, nothing is going into the core, but the Royal Champion still has her ability, and it's about to be potentially forced here.
And remember, there's no poison spell in this army composition because you're relying on the Titans to take that out. But the Royal Champion really suffered all of the Titans going around the Town Hall. Nothing is in the Town Hall, like around the Town Hall, except the Royal Champion. The Rocket Spears are flying in. Is that at least the 2nd star?
Oh, that Druid was clutch to heal that Royal Champion back up under that Rage spell, able to continue his way around. He adapted on the fly. A very nice way for Mark to make an adapt right there as he's continuing around this base with the Electro Titans leading the charge. The scatter shot, though, the Queen can reach it over the wall, but that Single Target Inferno is defending right next to the enemy Queen.
The Yak is an absolute game changer right now. It's opening every single compartment. The Queen can reach everything now, but is there going to be too much damage? The Single Inferno Tower is still there, but the Queen ability as well. The equipments might be a game changer here, depending on if she can reach everything.
Yeah.
The Yak is even pushing forward. I mean, this pet might be the biggest winner in this entire attack.
Wow, that Yak clutching it up right there with 1 freeze left. He's continuing. The Yak leading the charge. The Queen following right on through with a freeze left. Can keep this Queen alive through this multi-archer tower. Giant bombs, but he's got the healers. He's moving his way through. He's clapping as Synchronic are delivering another 3-star.
What a game changer this pet selection was. I mean, it opened up everything on the back end. I think it was like 4 layers or something of different wall compartments. That was incredible and was in the end the deciding factor of why he was still able to clutch this attack out. Even though the opening did not go to plan, this is really the important thing about the strategy. You do not bring a poison because of the aura of the Electro Titans. Well, you don't need it typically, but the Clan Castle troops did not go to the Titans, and this has, let's say, cost quite a bit, and I think quite a couple of nerfs there.
What an attack there. And the Yak is coming back. Wow. It used to not be used in really any attack really ever once we saw the new pets. But now these pros are realizing how strong it is, especially to get through walls on the backside if the Yak stays alive in an attack. But now Rikires, his recent attacks have been dominating. He's been coming in with the Lalo. He's an attacker that doesn't like to bring the Root Riders. He usually sticks with the air, and he's so good with it. I broke down his attacks and just pay attention to how he uses everything in the army. And here we go, Rikires, good luck.
He has been one of the most consistent pros in the entire scene, especially as well during the Town Hall 15 meta, where the game was just so incredibly challenging. He has sticked around with the Lalo, and this is again what we are seeing from him. Those hero dives, this is what you have to take a look at. The value he typically gets with his heroes is just incredible. So the question is, can he again get it done with this opening? There goes the giant arrow. He's hitting that Inferno Tower, and the Inferno Tower with the sweeper is already going down. So the opening seems to have worked, but now it's all about the follow-up.
He lined up that giant arrow. It's so risky, but it can pay off if you're able to connect with it. As the King's ability goes off, we have the spiky ball skipping across a little bit to the bottom side, does invest that rage to keep that queen going. We have the ice golems coming through as a world champ is up to the top side.
Ooh, the headhunter was frozen, but this has cost him a lot of hit points. There goes the skeleton trap. The defending queen might attack his own queen. Can he take her out? And yes, the rage spell was perfectly placed. And there we go with that blimp. Is there any tornado trap today? Thinks yes, the tornado trap has been deployed, or has been placed there from the synchronic base builders. The Town Hall is because of that not going down right away.
He has to place some back-end balloons, but he did clip that Hound, which is making its way off to the top side with that earlier Warden Eternal Tome. But look at these balloons down at the bottom. They're going to have to path back around through this Town Hall poison. The Monolith is still up. The World Champion is still doing damage. The Multi on the top side and the Monolith all remain.
Oh no, it seemed like he did not get the value he was looking for around the top side, but the Bakery is coming in clutch. One of the Inferno Tower is gone. He is shaking his head. He's not happy. That defending Royal Champion taking down the Warden, the Headhunter coming in too late, and the balloons just don't have enough power.
We do have that Yeti getting healed up a little bit. The balloons trying to make their way, does take out the Poison Spell Tower, but the Yeti unfortunately can't get past this Monolith as it's going to go down. The Scatter Shot remains, and it's going to be a defense for Philip and Synchronic.
The defensive side of Synchronic is just unmatched in this competition. They are just so well prepared. Their bases are always up to whatever the attacker is going to bring. And this is something which we have seen now quite a bit from Tribe. The Lalo with the blimp from the Town Hall. But the problem here is, even though the Tornado Trap itself did not make sure that the Town Hall did not go down with the blimp, no, it delayed the Town Hall takedown, and this is where then, well, the Warden ability running out, and all of the loons actually went down because of the beams of the Town Hall.
Now, with those fails, Synchronic can take a deep breath in this Grand Finals, focus on getting those 3 stars, and they are that much closer to getting the trophy. You see right there in the middle of the stage. It is so close. This is the last match before they can obtain that, and now Einstein, the youngest attacker on Synchronic, is ready to go.
And he has to deliver to make sure that they're one step closer to this trophy, which is right now in between of those two teams. He's making sure everything is set up, because I really want to highlight this. There's by now so many things you have to check with equipments, pets, and everything, which we have just talked about earlier. That is a lot of stress on the players. But hey, I think that's enough time for him to check. Let's check the tag.
And
And Einstein is ready for Synchronic Gaming, taking that final deep breath before he's going into the attack with 16 rocket loons. Is this gonna be that fireball? Let's see here. We see the abilities, and yes, it's a fireball, which means if somehow that fireball does not go and get the value he's hoping for, that could lead to a 1-star.
Okay, so let's take a look. It's overall a total of 6 invisibility spells. Since there is no poison, he wants to make sure the client gas is going down 100%, and he's trying to target that warden. Fireball is flying in. He is getting the fireball. Take a look at that value, Corbin. That is just insane.
Wow, what a connection right there with the fireball. No clan castle to worry about. Moving his way in. The Grand Warden does get locked down by the ricochet cannon, so it has to invest that free spell. But now he can pick off the multi. Takes out some Seeking Air Mines there, but the rest of the Rocket Loons can snipe that and continue to move through. And with that value down, he's going to just move his way through. And look at a log launcher. Now going to help open up these walls leading towards this town hall.
And as well, the transition of the warden, giving this queen the rage aura, making sure that she's even more powerful, while the king is really pushing that queen further into the tower direction. It is at this point mostly this top side left alive, which he has now to take down with those rocket loons and the royal champion, which he has not even deployed yet.
With this push into the core, the Yetis have come out of the log launcher with that rage invested. The town hall is frozen, drops the skeleton spell onto the monolith, continues his way through with the royal champ, using the rocket spears to the top side scatter. That goes down. Rocket loons coming to the left, rocket loons coming to the right, and Einstein is moving his way right on through Nebrax's base. Still has the queen ability, and that is, my friends, going to be a 3-star for Synchronic Gaming.
They cannot miss. They just keep 3-starring in those important moments. And Synchronic is already on 9 stars total after just 3 attacks. They have not failed a single attack just yet, and this one was a crushing one. Tribe Gaming is in a lot of problems right now.
They are down by those 2 stars. Tribe did get that 1 star in the last match, in the very last attack, so you can't count anything out. But you know, the last attacker is probably most likely gonna be the captain, General X for Synchronic, and he's been in a situation like this before. He's been the runner-up of last year, where he wants to turn the 2nd place into a 1st place world championship. Let's see if he's going to be able to do that, but before, they're going to see if they can get a defense from Mark, as now Nebrax is going to try to triple, but Nebrax has been struggling a little bit so far.
Yeah, he hasn't really found his strategy to go, because over the year he did use a lot of dragons, but he did come back to his Lalo, which he has used before that quite a bit. And now remember, we had that tornado trap close by to the town hall, and this is something which he liked to bring as well with the Lado attacks, using that blimp for the town hall. So that might be a really important factor to take a look at then during the attack. So I think we should check out exactly that. Where is that tornado trap?
Will Nebrax decide to bring a Lalo attack? Will he go to the ground with some Root Riders, or stick to an attack that he's loved to use so many times, which is Super Dragons or even Dragons here, and it is the Lalo indeed. And this is going to be like Rikirez, where it's going to be the arrow to try to fly through the base, and yes, the arrow is on this queen, so let's keep our eye on the value that he's hoping to get with that lightning spells and the arrow combination.
We've seen as well a lot of arrows missing the target, so is that going to be the case here? We're waiting for that queen. The giant arrow is flying across and is hitting that multi-inferno tower. The first step is done. Another thing which I'm seeing right away is that slammer. He's not using, or at least not selected so far, the blimp, which so far was an important thing for most of the Lado attacks of Tribe Gaming. Right now, he's transitioning the giant arrow opening into huge hero dive and see what he can get with this. Can he get even towards that town hall with that earthquake boot equipment from the Barbarian King?
Yeah,
with that king continuing this push through, providing the protection for the queen. There's the earthquake boot. Spiky ball skips across, taking out buildings as the queen is following right into this core. But these ice golems are going to be quite annoying, slowing this queen down. She's taking some damage from the ground expo, but that one balloon going in to help try to take this expo out as this queen does burn her ability already, continues this push. Does he invest one rage to keep her alive?
That's the big question. I feel like the answer might be no. The queen is going down. He's not investing anything more. And there is the blimp. He has switched the siege machine. Where's the grenade trap? Is it going to be around the town hall as we're predicting here, as what we have seen now already before? And no, with this angle, he's not catching it whatsoever, but there's a lot of red mines around this top right side.
Yeah, with that town hall going down, continuing these balloons from the top, moving around. Royal Champion already to the left side with that Spirit Fox. Can burn her ability pretty soon. He does invest that rage for the RC so she can get some really nice skips, and the value of the rocket spear cutting right across, continuing into this multi. But the monolith stays up, 6 more balloons. The Royal Champion's going to be the one that needs to clutch up the rest of this base.
And the Eagle is just non-stop firing. The loons on the right side are trying their best to go through the expo. We have the balloons now going in, and we have that Royal Champion trying to fight versus that phone tower. There's still quite a few defense left. The haste not really catching, I think, anything right now, and the warden with Eric is going down as well.
The balloons are coming into the monolith, so that monolith will go down. Then they move their way into the Eagle Artillery. There's nothing left other than the Tesla, and the balloons can try to distract, so these lava pups can help assist as we have a builder hut that can target air, but not how much health of this Tesla. That will be going down as this, wait, we do have an army camp to the very top side of the base, but he sees it. He drops a troop up there to help take that down.
We see as well the Fox still alive, mining business around those storages. He's now trying to distract those defenses, but it's not really working. He's trying to send everything in. Can he take down the Bitter Hut? No! The Bitter Hut staying alive right now, but there is more coming from the top right.
Yeah, the minions need to all clump up, so that's why he drops that minion to the top. They're going to work all together to provide the distraction. Can they time it with that storage going down? So the minions get through the skeletons. They're moving through. This needs to be a 3-star because they already have 2 fails, but there's only 8 seconds left. The minions getting through this builder hut. 4. Oh my goodness, it's a defense!
It is another defense. Synchronic bases are just too strong. It is just not meant to be. It is just incredible. It's always the last couple of defenses staying alive. It's a key defense, a key trap, something which is always placed in the right space right there to mess up the attacks. And Librax with a 98% 2-star.
That is now 3 fails we have from Tribe Gaming, and at this point, Synchronic are just in the driver's seat. Their defenses and everything they've done so far this weekend has just been at the top, and now Philip is going to come in probably the most relaxed he can possibly be.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope so. And he has brought a lot of different strategies as well. So I feel like he has a big, different list of strategies he's going through right now. And okay, what is the safest option which I could go with in this current position, which is going to lead my team to victory and is going to give my team that advantage of actually getting that trophy. And as well, all the pricing which is on the line. So, Mark, I hope you have selected the right strategy because you're up next.
And Philip, good luck here. He's a very creative attacker as well, but you don't want to be creative in this instance. You just want to go for those 3 stars and deliver for your team. And look at the score right now. We have Synchronic at 9, Tribe Gaming also at 9, but Tribe is 1 attack more used than Synchronic, so that is such a great position for Synchronic to be in here with only 2 more attacks to go as Philip is coming in with that Grand Warden. To the bottom side, we have a Flame Flanger being used as well, and look at this Flame Flanger. It can move through this bottom side, get fantastic value, including the Scatter, the Ricochet Cannon, and even the Multi-Archer Tower.
I feel like he just has to make sure that scouting if there might be another Tesla behind that gold mine, and if that might be a problem later on moving forward. But the Warden just keep charging in, making sure that there is no buildings left and the troops have this direct pathing into the core. And there comes the rest of the army. The King, the Titans, and as well the Apprentice Warden to make sure that they're as tanky as possible.
The Electro Titans leading the charge. King is going in as well. The Queen is on the far opposite side to help set the funnel to make sure that these Electro Titans can take a jump spell in towards the Town Hall, or maybe just pair in the Earthquake boots. No, he does decide to go with the jump. But notice, he still has a Warden Eternal Tome, which is going to be able to protect all these troops through this damage.
Protecting everything, but right now, something which is not protected are those healers. This is why he is using that Warden ability early. But this is at the cost of the Town Hall explosion. Might deal a lot of damage. The Town Hall is right now on his troops, the Monolith as well, so he had to invest that freeze to keep his troops alive and keep moving.
Yeah, with that Town Hall now going down, continuing his way through this space, does have the King's ability. It's going to be the Earthquake Boots to open up everything towards his backside as he's continuing around. Balloon to the top side, Queen's going through. There's a wall breaker, and there is the King ability. Royal Champion continuing her way through, still has her ability to be used.
Yes, he has a lot of abilities. I think right now he looks really, really happy. He's already nodding with his head. He knows he is looking good. His teammates are already celebrating. But make sure that you keep concentrating on the last couple of compartments and base, rest of the base, because that one compartment is still left.
Yeah, with the super minions coming out of that flame flinger, they did go down, but there is the RC ability. We have the Hogs, we have the Rocket Spear getting these final defenses down, and Philip getting that 3-star for Synchronic, putting them up to 12 stars, while Tribe is sitting at 9.
They are showcasing dominance. That is just incredible that they're not just performing on defense, but as well on offense. So far, perfect in this final. And as well on defense, 3 out of 4 attacks have been defended. That is just incredible. And it's really showcasing how much influence you have in this hard mode meta on defense. You can really hold back the best teams out there to quite low stars. And I feel like this is as well what we have seen in the bracket overview overall, because as we were progressing in the tournament, the stars actually went down for most teams because the bases became better and better and better.
But yes, the bases get better, but the nerves get higher and higher and higher. You could just imagine the pressure on all of these players. Yes, we know that this war, with those 3 fails from Tribe, is not going Tribe's way at all, but really have to commend Synchronic and their base building. Really played a role throughout this whole weekend, and they have just been at the top of their game.
They have been for sure, and as well, not only on stage, but as well preparation-wise. And now we're seeing another Tribe attack. The Synchronic players are waiting for that attack. We're seeing that Exorcist is concentrating and is about to go in with that next attack. And we want to find out if it's going to be a 3-star. So that's why we're going right in.
And here we go for the final attack of Tribe Gaming. Exorcist wants to deliver a 3-star, but they know that they're down by 3 already. We have the Grand Warden ability going off, getting that value. We do see that the Clan Castle is still up over there. Has no poison spell, so he probably was looking for that to go down. But as we are pushing our way through to the left with that Queen and Grand Warden, they're going to make their way to the bottom side.
This could be a really big problem with that Clan Castle, depending on what, I don't know, what we have seen already different Clan Castle troops. Ice Golems might not really be as effective, but if there's anything which can deal damage and you don't have a poison, that can backfire quite a bit. The King is just waltzing in at the top side. The Royal Champion is following things up to deal even more damage, and he is moving really quick.
Yeah, the tassels do pop up right in the core of this base, but we have 2 multi-arctic towers. We have the Ice Golem splitting. We have Headhunters coming to the bottom side, and we have the Royal Champion. She does make her way into the core. 9 Rocket Loons yet to use, but can the RC? Oh no, she is getting distracted, unfortunately, by that Ice Golem.
Oh no, that's the big problem of this equipment combination. You do not have any health recovery whatsoever. The Royal Champion not being able to deliver those spears, and this means there's still a lot of base left. But he has as well 9 Rocket Loons, so I think it's still possible maybe to somehow save this if he's waiting for his Archer Queen.
He has to wait for the perfect time, so he is going to invest the rocket loons to the left to try to go into the multi. There is a wall break that came in and able to help get this queen towards this ricochet cannon, but the red air bombs taking out the rocket loons there, and the queen's not able to survive. She is going down, and yet again, another defense for Synchronic, which means that Synchronic don't even have their final attack, and they're still above what Tribe Gaming has here, as Tribe's going to be at 11.
This is just insane. I mean, we have never seen a final where the last attack could be, I mean, pretty much, I mean, we all want to see the fan favorite MVP to attack, right? I mean, that is going to be a crazy thing as Exorcist and Tribe are just, what could we have done differently?
Yeah.
What were those bases? That was just impossible to overcome, and they are not happy with the performance whatsoever. While Synchronic and especially their base builders, I think they are really, really happy with this crazy defense.
Synchronic, what a performance they put on here. I think the last match for Tribe took everything out of them. I think they were devastated. They thought they were out going into the final attack for M.T.F.Y. Learning that it was a 1-star and seeing that obviously completely changed. Everything erupted in here, but I think that might have drained them. Who knows? But we'll obviously speak to them after this is all over. But unfortunately, Tribe Gaming only at 11 stars, while Synchronic have one final attack to go, and they're already at 12. So at this point, General X, this is guaranteed definitely not the most nervous attack he's ever been in.
And I mean, he is going to make this a show. We know him. We know why the community loves to vote for him as MVP, and he is going to deliver exactly that. They're just so close to the trophy, and they have to wait a little bit to deliver this last final attack for them. He is already smiling. He would do, I mean, I really want to see what he's going to do now.
What could he have up his sleeve for the final attack here of the World Championship? Going for that title, the captain of Synchronic, and the one that helps build so many of their bases. They all help test, but the base builders, him and the base builder team, putting on a show here, and they are the ones that I think are the true MVPs.
And as I remember, the interview which he gave after their win in the semifinals, he wanted to match Tribe in the finals. But now I think we can say it was not just a mind game, it was something they have prepared for all the way. And that is really, really what it's coming down to, as he is making sure everything is selected and everything is ready, because right now he has to be, because we are going to take a look at what he has prepared.
And this is the final attack of the World Championship. General X is coming in with a Lalo. We're going to see the Earthquake boots being used across the board in so many attacks. And we have the Rocket Spear with the Sinking Shield on that Royal Champion. And we're starting off with a Sneaky Goblins to help set that final Baby Dragon to the top side. We got the King, Ice Golem moving in to go towards this Ricochet Cannon, as the Queen has also been deployed.
He's finding a lot of traps right away. Those tests are popping up. This is going to push the King a little bit in the wrong direction. He's supposed to go into this export compartment, which he just opened. He's losing as well a lot of hit points, so this ability might be not really open. Never mind, he's getting that compartment open, and this entire compartment is just gone right away.
The RC does get a few shots off onto the board to the outside. One shot takes out that Monolith, continuing this push through. The Queen is trying to stay alive, but still has her ability to be used. The Poison Spell, and with that, King was able to didn't take out all the Ice Golem there, but the Phoenix did finish it off.
But you saw his reaction. He was not happy about this wall break, targeting that Gold Sword at the top. I think he wanted to go for the Town Hall. He was hoping for the wall break to target that core compartment. But with the Gold Storage alive, this did not happen. He has now to invest a Blimp for that Town Hall takedown, but he did not catch the Lava Hound with the Ward ability.
Did not, but he does invest the rage. The blimp is going to get pushed a little bit closer to the Town Hall. Yeti's coming out. Town Hall's been secured. That's the 2 stars, freezing up the scatter shot, continuing his way to the left side, but the defensive queen is still alive to the bottom side. He's shaking his head, but that's not going to matter because, ladies and gentlemen, Synchronic Gaming are going to be winning the 2024 Superfest World Championship. Congratulations to General X and all of Synchronic.
And we hear the crowd go wild, cheering for their MVP, cheering for General X with this last attack. The wall break did not happen, and this has cost him on the power on the back end, but still, they are going to win this match. They are going to finish on 14 stars versus Stripe Gaming and holding them back to 11 stars, which is an impressive performance.
Incredible job for Synchronic, winning the 2024 World Championship. And of course, one of the owners there of Synchronic showing the support, and I love it there. The camaraderie of all the players coming right around, the handshakes, and they just put on an epic grand finals there. Synchronic, from start to finish, they were the favorites.
They were the favorites. They were delivering in every single match. They had not a single match where they had struggling with, I don't know, offense or defense. They always perform, and this is just a consistency which is unmatched, not only in this World Championship, but as well in the last couple of ones, I have to say.
Incredible performance. They did it, and they deserve all the recognition. They brought so many amazing attacks, the defensive side as well, and they are your champions here of 2024, and they're just soaking it all in. Grab the trophies, and they are to celebrate, and there it is, the new 2024 World Champions for Clash of Clans, Synchronic Gaming.
What an incredible performance by them. The crowd was as well on their side, and they were able to just push it through with all of that, celebrating with the trophy as well, all of them together, and I think this is so well deserved.
Yes, they put on the performance. Oh, just love to see it. They deserve it, everything, and the crazy thing is they were the very first golden ticket. And they had so much time off. People may have thought, oh, you know what? They weren't practicing. They took time off. Were they going to be ready for the World Championship? Well, you saw here, they were ready and the most prepared.
Yeah, I think that this preparation was really paying off. I mean, we have heard that in one of the early interviews of General X that he said they took a break after qualifying of like 2 months and then deep dived into the meta. We're trying to figure out something out of the box and find something, a strategy which could work versus a lot of different bases. And it seems like they have found it with a lot of success. And even other teams within the competition were able to pick it up and get some 3 stars. But I think we should send it down to the stage with Banks.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your 2024 Clash of Clans World Champions, Synchronic Gaming! This is the fun bit. I got a giant check here for $300,000, and you're going to steal my microphone. Okay.
First, I have to get Emir here on stage. Come on. Come, get to us, bro. He has to be with us. He was with us whole year, so he deserves that one as well.
Yes, he does. Should we have a quick chat? Thank you very much.
Sure.
Let's have a quick chat. Let's have a breath. Oh, okay. Try to put into words how you're feeling right now, buddy.
I don't know. My voice is just gone from the whole screaming.
Now, on the event site, and of course in this arena as well, I want to say that General X has been voted your MVP! Let's make some noise! It's the Synchronic stage right now. General X, come over here. Come on. Now, not only to win, but to do it in such style, defense after defense, and then almost clutching that perfect war. I mean, that's just unbelievable, right?
It is unbelievable, really. I mean, like I said, in the MMG war, we expected great defenses. We were very proud of our defense whole year, but to have it like close out this in the end, it's amazing, it's unbelievable, and it makes me forget my garbage Lalo at the end.
Now, I'm sure we can all agree that, you know, the support in this arena has been phenomenal throughout, but is there anything that you would like to say to your fans, to family who have been supporting you throughout this entire journey?
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for believing in us. We believed in us, you believed in us, and it makes us even stronger. And next year we will try to repeat.
Ladies and gents, Synchronic Gaming, your champions! Well, what a phenomenal tournament we have had. To all of the fans, for watching and supporting all of your favorite teams, thank you so much. To all of the production, to the set design, it's been absolutely phenomenal. To all of my fellow talent, I love you all, you're absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining me here. You're brilliant. And of course, to all of the players, come back next year and come back even stronger. We cannot wait to see you. Well, I guess there's nothing left to say, but my name is Banks. We'll see you soon. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, clash on!